Yeah. Greg Bugsy Show, episode 1. You heard? Our guest for today is none other than Nasir. You didn't fix your headline though.
I know. I was looking like, how can I do
Is
that real quick?
go ahead. It should be able to let me see. Here we go, right here. I can do it for you. So while I'm doing that, why don't you go and let the people know what I'm about to put in there.
Well, then I'm the owner of Lady Nasir Boutique and the co-owner of This Might Be About You podcast. Coming soon.
Okay. So let us know a little bit about the podcast.
Um, it's up and coming. It's new. Uh, it's gonna be about a little bit of everything. So you might want to tune in because it might be about you. You never know.
And I know
And
y'all got a funny spelling, so how do y'all spell that? This like yeah.
this THIS Mite MITE
Hmm.
about ABOUTU.
Is it B like the letter B or the word
Yeah,
B?
with the letter B.
All right, and now go ahead, take me from there. This might be go ahead.
This might be about ABOUT,
So
and
y'all
then
spelled about right, but y'all ain't spell
yeah,
it.
and
So
then the
yeah,
U.
so y'all spelled about right. Why y'all ain't just use about? This might be about you then for all that.
I mean, it is what it is because it might be about you.
But it could be. But y'all all right. So y'all use slang for might, MITE, and y'all spelled it like dust might. But we'll revisit that later on.
It don't matter.
Then y'all
Why we
use
why we
B.
gotta be proper for? Why we gotta be proper?
No, I'm trying to translate it for the fans. We got people that may be all over the world that
Yeah,
may
I'm
not.
sure they gonna get it
This might be,
about
and
you.
then we spelled about the right. This and about is the only words we spelled right, but it's all good though.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all
it don't
good.
even matter. Just tune in because whatever we talk about, whatever we do on there, might be about you. You never know. If you got any stories or anything that you wanna have like opinions on, questions about, whatever, you can always email us at this might be about you podcast at gmail.com. And we can always like put it on the show, feature it on the show, and give you advice, whatever.
Okay.
Anything
Uh,
else you want to know?
yeah. So what's about Lady Nasir Boutique? What's that? What's that gonna be about? I know y'all ain't officially launched yet, but like you know what I
No,
mean.
we haven't officially launched, but it's going to be a little bit of everything. Like you're going to be able to get like phone cases, iPod cases, like
Excuse me.
a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of everything, shirts, hoodies, whatever. Like it hasn't, like I said, we're still working on it, but we got merch and apparel coming soon.
Okay. So that's all I was a bit. That's all I was able to fit in there
That's
because
fine.
they only let me put 50 characters in there. So
That's fine.
it's all good. We're gonna roll with it. Should I change mine though? You want me to take the .com off of mine since I wasn't able to put the
No,
.com on yours?
no, because again, they should know that this might be about you. Podcast
Mm-hmm.
is what it is.
So all right. So did you hear about you heard about the boat hitting the Brooklyn Bridge, the Mexican boat? You did because we was talking about it yesterday. But so
Yeah.
let's start off there because that's crazy, right?
Go ahead,
I'm
demon.
no, I mean you Latino, so I'm just trying to, you know what I mean. I'm just trying to you the Latino
I
spokesperson.
mean,
That's
listen, that they was in the wrong. Listen, the bridge was in the way. Okay, we was in a hurry. We was trying to get to our destination and back home. Like
yeah,
you in the way, get out the way.
the bridge was in the way.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm. You think Trump was mad about them? You know he already got a little issue with the Mexicans. You know what I mean?
listen,
Trump might try to build a wall
I
around
don't
them.
have anything positive to say about Frumpy at all.
We going
Like,
well, we gonna stay away from politics over here.
yeah, because The way that this orange monster is going around here,
What's wrong? What is Trump doing wrong in your opinion as
every
a
fucking thing, like what the
uh,
listen, everything.
as
And
a Latina?
I'm just gonna sit back and just watch this shit because this shit's getting out of hand. Like I've never experienced racism until now. As an adult.
How did you experience racism under the Trump
So
administration?
just an example, I was with my trainer at the freaking gym,
Hmm.
and I seen this white guy running to open the door for her. So he's running, and so he opens the door. He was like, "Here you go, good morning, how you doing?" And she was like, "I'm good. How are you?" He was like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good." So mind you, I'm right behind her, so I'm walking behind her, and I'm like, "Thank you," and he just looks me up and down. And so she turns around and she's like, "Bitch, she said thank you." Like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then not too long ago, I went to drop her off at work and we made a wrong turn. Well, we went to go turn around and this guy come running out, "Get the fuck off my driveway." So we didn't even touch your driveway. It was just unreal. Like it's just getting out of hand.
And you blaming this on Trump being in office?
I mean, I've never experienced that shit until now. I've never experienced that
So what
until
about during the Trump first administration? You didn't experience any racism then?
I mean, at that time, I really didn't get out too much. I was going through a divorce. I was going through a lot. I didn't really get out much at that point in
Uh,
time.
oh, okay. So let's elaborate on that. What you mean you didn't get out? You was a shelter. You was living a sheltered wife or
I
something?
mean, when you're going through a lot, because you gotta think about it. At that point in time, like that's when I lost L. Around that time,
um,
I lost her like a little
right around
afterwards.
right around when Biden was about to get in office. Yeah, like the early 20. No, you know
Yeah,
what? That was under Biden. That was under Biden.
yeah,
That
but
was
at the
under
same
Biden.
time, I
You got
still
that
was
all
struggling
bundled
through.
together. You got the
I still was
timeline.
struggling through that. Like even now, I still struggle through that. So with me dealing with my divorce and moving and all types of shit, like
It was a lot going on.
it was a lot going on. So I was kind of in the house. I was sheltered from all of it.
So
I
what
didn't.
led to your divorce?
We just grew apart. We
How
wasn't
long was
seeing
you,
eye to eye.
how long y'all was married for?
10 years.
Wow. 10
Hmm.
years. That's a decade in the game.
10 years and 2 kids later. Yeah,
What's up with the boys? How the boys doing?
they blessed. They blessed and highly favored. My daughter is blessed and highly favored. Hmm.
Amen. 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 Everybody good. That's
Hmm.
good to hear. That's good to hear. So this might be about you. You know what I mean? Let us know about your co-host. Where's she at?
Well, right now she's either out or home. But
Uh-huh.
last time I talked to her, she was out. Um, but she's amazing. She's awesome. She's a mini L. Like,
Oh, rest in peace to El Marie too. You know what I mean?
yes, rest in peace.
We
But she's a mini L.
El Marie and Nana Nasir, they used to co-host a
The
podcast,
M3
the
element.
El Marie Element. Yes, you can still just Google the El Marie Element or YouTube El
Mhm.
Marie Element. I remember y'all interviewed Olivia from G Unit. I was really excited about that.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I actually still kind of like keep in touch with her. I keep in touch with Polo Shack.
that's dope.
Um, a lot of the young artists that were kind of under their dads, they still reach out.
That's dope. That's
Like the
dope.
son of 215. Um, it's a couple of them that we interviewed. They still reach out.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, but me and Polo Shack, we definitely keep in touch a
Yeah, I
lot.
think you. So he said he's going to be one of the guests on the new podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
Hmm.
when can we look forward to this? When is it July 4th or something? Is that when we looking like?
Listen, it's coming before that,
Okay.
but
Juneteenth? Juneteenth?
I don't know. We still got a couple kinks that we're trying to
Okay.
get
Uh-huh.
through. But then other than that, like it should be coming like really soon because we're like really excited. We got a lot of episodes, a lot of funny things that I know you're gonna get a kick out of. Like, yeah, it's gonna be lit.
Yo, speaking of that, I really get a kick out of your prank videos too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Can you
if
let
you
the
like
people
that,
know?
listen, if you like the prank videos, you're gonna really love this podcast because I got a lot of shit brewing.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff brewing.
You got that evil smirk on. Uh-oh.
I got a lot of stuff brewing that she ain't ready for.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, it's
You got
going
that
down.
evil smirk on. So where can the people find your prank videos on YouTube and all that?
So I haven't posted in a while, but on my YouTube channel, which L named Living in Our Life. You can find it on YouTube. I'm gonna be doing more pranks and stuff coming soon, but yeah, like I said, after I lost her, I stopped posting and everything. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a tremendous loss for everybody. And you know
Mm-hmm.
what was so weird was that how so many of our staff members at WR Radio had their own connection with El Marie that I didn't even know about until she passed away. Like how her and Ty Hill and Keisha, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Keisha, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because she was pushing for me to be in Keisha's video,
Mm,
as the main person.
uh-huh. What Keisha
Mm-hmm.
you talking about?
Tahil ain't he married to?
Keisha Star?
Yeah,
A video for what?
she's doing a movie, and
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
for her book, a movie based on her book. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Elle was pushing for me to be like the main person, and I'm just like, no.
Why not? I can see you doing some acting. I can see you doing some acting.
I
'Cause you're
I
definitely a drama queen.
not so much.
Not
Not-
so much. I give you that. Not a
I am a little
smidge.
bit. I ain't gonna lie. I am.
Not just a
I ain't gonna lie.
smidge.
I am. Nah, I'm dramatic. I'm dramatic as well.
But so what's the you think maybe one day you'll take a foray into acting? Maybe.
I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to, but now,
What if go ahead now?
no. Go ahead.
No, go ahead now. What? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, if the opportunity presented itself and I got a good role, good opportunity, like how if you ever watched Sisters with Tyler Perry's Sisters with Deval, and he played as Zach and Zach and Zatima.
Oh no, I'm not familiar with it, but go ahead.
Okay, well he started out as a YouTuber,
Hmm.
and then he just kept through the years making videos, and then after a while he ended up on Tyler Perry's show, and now he's this big ass fucking star. You have to Google him. But
Okay.
he's big ass star. And Elle knew that I wanted him and his wife to come on our show, so she was working on that. But
So now that she passed away, is like, are you taking more initiative on some of the things that she was like showing you, but you didn't realize at the time she was kind of showing you, she was just doing it, but you know, or is your like, what is the booking process to get on? This might be about you
I mean, you can always email us at this might be about you at the bottom
at
podcast
Gmail
at
at
gmail.com.
okay, okay, that's the best way, pretty much.
Pretty much right now,
So
yeah.
who's some like who's because I know she loved Little Kim. So
Oh,
who was
God,
your like El Marie, God bless the dead. That was her dream interview
that was her dream
to
interview.
interview Little Kim. So you
Hmm.
got to do that for her. But who was your personal like? Who was your Little Kim? Like yo, I just would melt.
Um, I had two. I had the couple Deval and Kadeem Ellis, and I
Okay,
had Rennie Rucci was like my
I
top.
remember that. I remember that. What's up with her? I haven't heard too much about her. Oh, I'm out the loop.
She
What
just
she?
had a baby not too long
Okay,
ago, but she's still doing her thing. She's on Love and Hip Hop. She's doing her thing.
okay, okay.
Hmm.
That's what's up. What about you? You have any more? You having any more Bambinos?
I want one, but no.
You want one, but not. But why not? Why not? Nah.
Because right now my little boo thing fucking
What happened? Your little boo thing? What?
he like no, like we have enough. So,
How many kids he got?
3.
Oh, all right, all right. 7 is a good number. You know what I mean?
I know, but he's like no.
Like,
So I told
nah,
him I'm gonna dismiss him and I'm gonna find somebody that want to have another one.
Listen, we gonna stay tuned for that, yo. Everybody, stay tuned on the update. Yeah, we gonna check. We gonna definitely stay tuned on that. That'd be a nice reality show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm right now. I'm good with my three.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, you know what I mean? My youngest is about to be 8 this year. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I be at the park with her, and I be winded. Like, yo, she be going.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I don't. I be thinking about this sometimes. I'm like, I don't know if I just wait till the grandkids come around. You know what I
and you do
mean?
it that way. Yeah, my thing was more so I'm having empty nest syndrome because my youngest just turned 13,
Okay.
and I'm just like, he's like, oh, when my brother move out, I'm going too. I said, well, when the fuck y'all move out, I'm moving with y'all. Like, okay, we all moving out. You know, we all going with your brother.
Right.
Like they talking about, yeah, because my oldest son was like, yeah, because I'm taking a Doug, and I'm like, oh, so you gonna take your Doug and your brother, and then you gonna take me too? I'm living in the basement at this point. Like, what we doing
Right.
here?
Right.
Yeah, I'm having emptiness syndrome.
No, I feel you though. 'Cause I remember like my three oldest, I remember they all was be booked and busy now. Like they like,
Yeah.
it remind me of like my mother used to be calling. I used to be like, "Hey, mom, I'm gonna call you back." And now I'm getting
Is
that
that they do
energy
it to
from them.
you?
Yeah, now I'm like, yo, like turn around
Uh
every
huh.
now and then we get a
Yeah.
little bit
Uh
like,
huh. Yep. Like I just, my kids don't do that to me. My kids, they like they call me. My son, he will send me a text or he'll call me and be like, "Mother, I'm using the bathroom. So if you call me, don't answer the phone. I'm in the bathroom." Okay. Then like a minute later, he'll come back. I'm out the bathroom. You can call me now. What? And my youngest called me. He was like, "Mommy," I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Can I get a Lunchable?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "From Chipotle." Get the fuck off my phone. Like
I didn't know Chipotle had Lunchables. I'm about to say,
that's all. I'm like, get off my phone.
that sound like
I
a
just,
good idea though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I was like, boy, yeah, it's a lot. But
So
I'm really having
what
empty.
are they starting to like think about what they want to do when they grow up and stuff? Because that's interesting when kids start to formulate and like,
But see, that's the thing because that's the question that they ask you in school. You
hmm
know, and back then, oh, I want to be a police officer. I want to, and it's just like now, it's so many more options out here. Oh, I want to be a podcaster. I want to be a gamer. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it's just like, so at one point, my youngest son, I asked him, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" He was like, "I want to be a daddy." I said, "You
stay at
want to
home.
be?"
Maybe you want to be a stay at home dad.
I said, "What? I'm gonna need you to tell me what that, you know." So his father was like, "Oh, he want to be like daddy," and my son was like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay.
But now, I mean, if I ask him, he's like, "Oh, I just want to be rich. I just want to get money."
Okay. Well, that's not a bad occupation. You feel me?
But
That's
what is you doing to get rich and getting money? Though? That's the question.
what
Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't
right.
know. But I don't know. My
That's
oldest son, he's kind of like, whatever makes me money.
okay. Okay.
But he's
So
he's not selling for anything. He's one of those ones that he's going for the top. So he's in college right now doing this thing.
that's what's up. That's what's up. What did he
My
major in then?
only college baby. I don't know yet. He doesn't know yet. So he's
Okay.
just taking general courses right now.
Got you, got you. That's dope though. That's dope. Yeah. And the thing that's what I try to stress to him is you be fluid. You know what I mean? Whatever you might have wanted to do, like you said in middle school, elementary school, you might have wanted to be as you get to know yourself more, you know what I mean? And actually become a young adult and see what you love to do. You know what I mean? Because when you do what you love to do, is you really don't work a day in your life. You know what I mean? And on that note, yo, shout out to repfam.com, bigrepfam.com. Um, which without them, none of this would be possible.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure y'all visit repfam.com and use promo code about you to save
The
10%
letter U.
about you. See, yeah, hold on. We need a better promo code. This see, yes, yes. We need to discuss it because we're going to confuse the
Nope.
consumer.
It's ABOUT U. The letter U.
We got to think of a better promo code,
Mm.
really, because listen, maybe we just do a promo code for each of the hosts about you. You know what?
Code for
Listen, you know
Nasir.
what? You know, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make 3 promo codes
Okay.
about you. Yes, if you want to support the This Might Be About You podcast, use promo code about you. You'll get 10% off. They'll get 10% of the profits. If you want to support Lady Nasir Boutique, use promo code Nasir.
Oh yeah, Nasir.
You know what I mean? Because we only can put 10 in there. Or maybe Lady Nasir. We could put Lady Nasir for the branding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just keep it Lady, yeah, Lady Nasir. And your co-host, what's her name again? Shay.
Shay. Mm-hmm.
Promo code Shay. What's her brand? Doesn't she do hair or something like that? Or have a hair
It's
product?
yeah, it's mainly crowned.
Crowned.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly crowned. So we're gonna be crowned. All right. So yeah, if you want to support her, we haven't met her yet. So if you want to support a stranger, use promo code crowned. Either way, 10% off, and they'll receive 10% of the profits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to repfam.com. You can go and reserve your domain right there. We're official GoDaddy reseller store. You can see our consulting services and everything else. Check out WRF Radio through there, through
Mm-hmm.
that link. You know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
say all that to say it's great to do what you love to do, right? So what brought you to wanting to do the Lady Nasir boutique? You know what I mean? Because I know you're getting serious this year and you opening up for business thoroughly. So what is your
L. Lindsay. L Marie was basically she's like the like, you know what I'm saying, the inspiration behind all of this because this was her dream. So I just feel like now I gotta live it and carry it out for her.
okay? Hold it down. So what
Mm.
about you though? Like what you love to do, because when you met not when you met L, you was working with like clothing store, you became a stylist and all that type of
Yeah, I
stuff.
was her
So
personal stylist. Yeah.
okay.
So
Yeah.
now my passion, I am a nursing student, so I'm trying to get my nursing going.
Okay.
Um, yeah, because I love the medical field, so I'm trying to get into the nursing field. So I'm doing that. So I'm currently in school. Shay is currently in school. Um, because we trying to buckle down and make sure financing is not an issue, not a problem for us.
Right, right.
Um, and because of L, I developed a passion for podcasting now.
Okay.
So I like with her, it was just like fun. Always, she made sure she kept me engaged and with it. So that podcasting is definitely a thing for me now. So
Hmm.
yeah. And as far as anything else, I just want to stay booked and busy and traveling. That's it.
Amen. Traveling. So you been to Mexico before?
I was supposed to be in Cabo like 2 weeks ago, but no. I've been to Puerto Rico. And my next one, I think we're going to Miami, but then we're going to DR, Puerto Rico again, and then whatever else comes our way.
Okay, okay. So speaking of Latino countries, right? So the boat that hit the bridge, right? It was because you are Latino correspondent, yo. That's why we had to have you on the
I'm
show today.
saying
You are Latino.
Dominicana, soy dominicana, que lo que, dime a ver. Like, what we saying? What we doing? Dime.
La Sociedad. You heard? But so you are Latino WRF radio correspondents, right? So
You know,
the
Shay's Puerto Rican.
oh my, so we got a whole
Dominican and Puerto Rican party
yeah, we got a
going.
whole so the name of the ship that hit the bridge, right? Do you know what it means in Spanish? I can't pronounce it. I forgot.
No, let
Um,
me see. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. The name of the ship that hit the bridge.
yeah, the name of the ship that hit the bridge. See if you can play it. See if you can get them to like. Don't know how you can.
Okay, let's see. It
But
is
you
called what?
no, go ahead.
It said it hit the key
Hey yo,
bridge.
shout out to Big Unk in the building, yo. Listen, Mysterious Terror. We got one of the founders right there in the comments, right there. One of the founding fathers of the whole repfam.com movement.
Is what this one, Dolly?
The boat that hit the bridge, the boat that hit the Brooklyn Bridge. What's the name of it in Spanish? It's crazy. Um,
I don't see. It's saying the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore
no,
closure.
the boat that hit the Brooklyn Bridge. It's
Oh, the Brooklyn Bridge.
yeah, the boat that hit the Brooklyn
I'm
Bridge.
all
My
on the
fault.
wrong one.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Mysterious Terror in the building. You know what I mean? That's who started me in rapping right there. Him and my other cousin
Oh,
started
really?
the yeah, that's how we started this whole rap fan movement. You know what I mean? This whole conglomerate, you know what I mean? Yo, um, shout out to Nasir. She been down with the station Unk since what, 2020, 2019. Since
I think it
2019.
was like 19
2019, yeah, since
or 18.
2019.
It was like 19 or something.
Yeah, since 2019
In
for
10
sure.
years.
Yeah, she been down with the station, you know what I mean?
Q.
Oh.
What? Q. What? Q Audimac.
All right, so however you pronounce this, but see what it means. Look and see what it means. The name of the Mexican boat that hit the Brooklyn Bridge. Look and see what it means. This is the illest shit ever.
So you like what the word mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Look what the word means in Spanish.
Looking. An Alcatraz ruler.
No, Aztec. An Aztec ruler.
Oh yeah,
The
as
the last Aztec ruler. The last but for the
it
listen,
is. It says it right here. The last Aztec
how's
Empire.
this for a conspiracy theory for you?
Yo, it's so many of them going on. Like just this morning, I had picked my train up to go to the gym. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting at the light, and I'm like, we're just sitting there. So I look at her and I'm like, yo, am I tripping? Because ain't nobody moving. She's looking and she goes, what the fuck? Literally, we sat there for like 8 minutes.
Mhm.
No, all the lights were red. No, nobody was moving. I said, yo, bitches, we in a simulation. She like, what the fuck? Like,
Yo,
nobody, nothing. The lights were red the
can
whole
you
time.
see the light? Can you see the chat? Unc
No.
said watching a live chat. That's what's up, Ola Chica. You can't see the
Hola,
chat?
que lo que?
I wonder why you can't see the chat. Yo, that's crazy. Hold on.
Dime, dime.
Yo, but listen. So the name of the boat that hit the Brooklyn Bridge is named after the last Aztec ruler
Emperor,
for the
yeah.
Spanish. Now it also means. Can you find out the other definition for me?
Lord is more.
Listen, it's time for Conspiracy Corner, yo. This is Greg Bugsy show. Hey, Unc, I'm glad you tuned in, yo, because we rebranding the show. You
Descending
feel me?
eagle.
We rebranding the show. This is a launch of something new right here, the Greg Bugsy show. This is
This is
episode 1. We had
the
to have Nana Say on here. She's the princess of WRF Radio. We got
yeah.
Unc, Big Unc, the consigliere, the OG. You feel me?
Okay, what's up, on?
The counselor to the king. You feel me? So we got royalty in here, and we got BigRepFam.com in the building.
I know
So
that's
it's
right.
only right. This is episode 1. Yo, hey Unc, if you want, yo, I can send you the link, Unc, yo, if you want to join us, yo. You feel me? Or you just want to stay in the comments, yo. We can bring you up here. You feel me?
So it
I'm about,
means
I'm about to post a link in the comments, yo. Fuck.
the
Let me see. Go ahead.
descending eagle.
The Descending Eagle. Thank you. Listen, Conspiracy Corner. This is Greg Bugsy, episode 1. We got our Latino correspondent in the building. Big Nana said. And she is reading herself. So the name of the boat, the Mexican boat that hit the Brooklyn Bridge, is not only named after the last Aztec ruler,
Aztec emperor. It's
but
also
for
the
this
descending eagle.
descending eagle. And what is the symbol of America? The eagle.
That is sad.
Look, look at it. She look. You feel bad. You feel bad for your Latino people. Like what kind?
They
What
know
is
how to
it?
survive.
Yo, the people was falling off of there. Yo, like you know what I mean.
They know how to survive. Hey, they gonna ride on the motherfucking whale somewhere.
Yo, how's the name of the boat that hit the bridge named after the last Aztec ruler?
That is
And it's also named after a descending eagle. That means like an eagle that's falling. Like it don't mean an eagle that's landing neither. It means like an eagle that's like that.
yo. It's just too much going on in this world right now.
So that's the conspiracy corner. We're gonna move on. What else we got? I appreciate that though. It's all good. So we up one.
Like, cause at this point, it's just like,
America 1, Latino 0. Look, it's all good. We're gonna keep track. Cause y'all hit the all right. Listen, what else we got? Yo, shout out to Big Unc too. What else we got right here? So it was also a bombing at a Palm Springs fertility clinic. Did you hear about that?
no, but it wouldn't put it past me. I wouldn't put it past
It was,
nothing.
yeah, it was a bombing at a fertility clinic. I ain't really get to do too much research in it. That's crazy though. Like I ain't never heard him bombing a fertility clinic. Like you know what I
I
mean?
mean, but at the end of the day, he said he wanted to stop abortions and all of that. So all of that kind of plays into everything.
Hmm. Oh yeah. All right. Well, we praying for them too.
Yeah.
So apparently the former FBI director he posted 8647. 86 mean like 86, like 86, 47.
Really?
President Trump is 47. Yeah. Like he's so the this is the former FBI director. He
Yeah.
posted this, I think, on Twitter or something. That's crazy,
Listen,
right? That's crazy.
listen.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my comments to
Uh,
myself.
Listen, you already addressed how you feel. Listen, the thing about it is you gotta
I really.
respect the office. Like me, I'm the president of Rep Fam, right?
Hmm.
But see, the difference is I've been president since '97, since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But the the point being, you gotta respect the you gotta respect the oath of
But
office. You gotta
respect
respect. You
earned.
gotta respect. What I'm saying is, politics has gone too far. Left, right, red, blue. It's gone too far that people are losing the actual respect for office. You know what I'm saying? Like
But I
even
mean, you like at the end of the day, respect is earned, and respect is given, respect is earned. You can't just jump into a position and think that everybody's gonna bow down to you. This is not what this is.
it's not bound down, but I mean it's the whole. It's not even just the presidency. Like when he had when Trump did this State of the Union earlier this year, and
Hmm.
zero Democrats stood up and clapped for anything. This was the most trifling shit. I thought I was watching a baddies club or some shit. Like I
But
thought
wait a minute, because he went to what was it, the Pope or something? The something dealing with the Pope. Well, they announced
the vice president went to go meet with the Pope. Is that what you're talking
or
about?
something like that, and they announced him. No, it was him.
Uh-huh.
And when they announced his name, crickets, crickets.
It's getting too much. Where at least people would used to have respect for the oath of office. Like, okay, this is a president
Yeah,
during America. You know what I mean?
but
Especially post.
it's to the point where you have states that are wanting to buy part of America.
But we try to buy other people's stuff. We try to buy Greenland. We try to take parts of Canada now.
Yeah,
Like
in
it's really
Canada,
getting
it's like
real.
I
Like
want New York. I want these.
yo, it's really getting real.
I
Like
want your slide Maryland up in there too.
yo, that shit getting real. B.
It is.
Yo, shit's
These
getting real.
people are coming up and saying like, okay, so since you want to deport our people, we're gonna deport your people. Since you want to do this to us, we're gonna do this to you. Like it is to the point where I'm just like, Obama, where you at? Because I don't
Yo,
know
I'm
what.
glad you mentioned the Pope, right? Because I got that on the docket. I got something on the docket. But that actually, before we leave conspiracy corner, you feel me? So there was a Pope, there was an ancient Pope, or around like medieval times or early Pope, and he predicted.
Uh-huh.
He said he predicted all the popes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had 112 popes. It ended at 112 popes. Guess what pope we on now?
What?
I'm trying to tell you, we on 113. We on the 113. Pope Francis was the 112th pope.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an ancient pope back in the day. You can Google this. Medieval time. He predicted all the popes. And he said he stopped at 112 popes. You know what I mean?
All of this stuff is just
So, but I'm
crazy.
glad you mentioned the Pope though. That's crazy. But it's conspiracy corner though. You know, it's just so let's moving forward. Where we at? Joe Biden was diagnosed with cancer. You feel me? But
Aw.
Joe Biden was diagnosed with the prostate jiffy. You know what I mean?
Mm.
See, it's all for him. You know what I mean? But Trump get no love and shit. Trump get no play in this car. You feel me? Trump get no ends in me, casa. But Joe Biden got got prostate.
Because he's Joe Biden wasn't a dictator and he wasn't trying to tear this world apart.
All right. So we're let's
Yeah, moving on.
moving forward. Moving forward.
Moving on.
So so who the hell taught Diddy how to be a pimp?
His
You
mama.
you supposed to charge the niggas to hit your bitch. He paying the niggas like what kind of pimp
He was. He is paying top dollar for that
what
shit.
kind of pimping is this? I never heard of no kind of
And
like
then on top of that,
Snoop Dogg would be ashamed, huh?
you making your girl go out here and call him and book him and stuff.
Listen, what part of the game is this, yo? Listen, listen.
That's the part I wasn't taught.
What part of the game is it, yo? Thank you. I never heard of no reverse pimping. Snoop Dogg would have slapped the shit out of Snoop Diddy.
Not only
If
that,
he
yo, Pac would have slapped the shit.
no, Pac would have slapped the shit out you out the break, but he would have definitely made a song. Yo, if Pac was alive right now, can you imagine the diss songs?
Yes.
Like
Like
he
what?
would be like 50 Cent on steroids. Like, yo, this
Yo. But the
F
funny thing is, speaking of Pac, side note, speaking of Pac, did you
uh-huh.
see that guy that's perpetrating as him? What is his name? Akil?
No, I ain't see that.
They keep trying to say Pac is alive, and he came back as Akil, the
Yo,
rapper.
shout out to Mouse Man, yo. Yes, Mouse Man. My godfather was signed to Tupac. You feel me? He was on Tupac
Really?
albums. Yeah, Mouse Man. You can Google that Tupac Mouse Man. He was in a Brenda Guy Baby video. I was just messing with him the other day. I messed with him for years. I told him he was Brenda Baby father. You feel me? You can see that. You can see that on my Instagram. You
Yo,
can see that on my Facebook. I just posted
yeah,
that, tagged him in there. Shout out to Mouse Man. He was signed to Tupac. Cool with the whole family. What
I
I
know.
would tell you is this: like it is, there's a lot of, it's a lot of loopholes in that. That
Mm,
deserve a whole episode. You feel me? As
mm.
far as conspiracy corner is concerned, you know what I mean. It's a lot of loopholes in that. That's all I can say. I don't know. Nobody never told me like, hey, yo, Tupac alive, but I'm just saying it's a lot of, you know what I'm
It
saying.
is a lot. Everybody is trying to say Tupac is still alive. They trying to say XX Tentacion is still alive. Like I just, you know what?
Yo, Unc said do the research on Diddy Potts. They said Diddy Potts was a rat. That's why he got killed. That's what I heard in the streets, and I heard that in like different. You can Google that.
Listen,
Diddy
it's so much
Pot.
stuff out here to Google. Like you,
It is
it's
so much stuff out here to Google.
like
That's
you know
how,
what I'm saying.
yo,
Like
I'm
I
gonna
be
snip
going
that.
down.
That's gonna be funny. Listen, no, nah, when I snip that, that's gonna be the short. I'm gonna put that on the. We put that
Just
on tip.
like
It
you,
is so
I go
much out here
down
to
the
Google.
rabbit hole trying to Google shit. Like I be googling up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, bitch,
Yeah,
go to
no.
bed. Like it's so much
Yo,
out.
the funniest shit you said, you'll say it's so much shit out here to Google. Now, what if that was on a Google commercial? Like, I'm gonna snip that, yo. That's gonna be like the first
Like
short I put out.
it
And
is.
it's an infinite amount of shit to Google. Yeah, Diddy Pops, he was a legendary gangster back in the day with the mob and with the Frank Lucases and the Nicky Barneses and them. You feel me? But allegedly he was a rat. That's why he got killed. But back in the heroin game, when somebody get killed in the heroin game, you never know because a junkie will kill you over some heroin. If they need that shit
Yeah, but now it's not like I don't feel like
in the heroin game, it's like
tough anymore.
you can't definitively pin down why somebody got killed. Like I know a lot of people. What you been saying? What you say, sis? What you
I'm
say?
just saying, like I feel like it's not built like that no more. Cause like like I've seen and heard of people ratting on each other, but then they come out and they back smoking a blunt together.
Oh no, the game totally different. Back in the day,
Yes.
here's the thing. This is the thing. Even if somebody, when you like, say for instance, me and you, we get caught up in a thing. Say you plead guilty. Part of you pleading guilty, and that's like ratting because you're admitting that X, Y, Z.
Hmm.
So these days, a lot of people plead guilty. It's called you still cooperated with the government because you understand what I'm saying? You say,
Yeah.
yo, yes, me and XYZ did ABC. So I'm still fighting my case. Imagine I'm still fighting my case. Like,
Mhm.
damn, how can I when
Mhm.
you see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So,
Mhm.
but the good thing is, the streets are dead. The streets are dead. That's why we got these websites, yo. And that's a good time to shout out to wrfradio.com. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to shop.wrfradio.com. And we have Nasir helping us with the merch. Again, she's a stylist. That's how she met L. God bless, rest in peace, El Marie. And that's how we met, was through. So our merchandise game is dope. You know what I mean? Check us out at shop.wrfradio.com. But the
Yes.
internet is the new hustle, though. It's funny. Like, can you remember life before the internet? Like,
Mhm.
do you remember,
Mhm.
like, what was your first experience with the internet? Like, my first experience. What
Mine.
was your? Yeah,
AOL.
yeah.
AOL dial up.
AOL had the game on lock. AOL had the game on lock. They fumbled the ball. They
Yes.
fumbled the ball. They fumbled the ball because at one time they had the whole world. You know what I
That
mean?
used to piss me off though because of the part of like, you couldn't be on the phone.
Uh-huh.
Like it took the phone. So when you're online, no one can call in or out.
Hmm.
Now I'm glad it's not like that. But that was my very first experience. And we had the chat rooms and shit like that that she used to be popping and jumping back in the day and
Hmm. For
all
sure.
types you meet people through chat rooms or whatever. Like it was fun. And like kind of like how now you meet people like what's your Instagram? Back then we used to be like what's your AOL? Like I'm even what I'm saying? It was cool. It was different back then. The world was different back then. Like I tell people all the time, the reason why relationships last so long from back then is because we had time to marinate a relationship. We went to
Hmm.
school with this person. We played with this person. We did all types of shit with these people.
Mad quality time for shit show.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. But now it's microwave.
And I got the Earth Tone medallion on. You heard?
Look at you
Earth
working.
Tone medallions, yo. And we gonna have the Earth Tone medallions, yo, on LadyNasirBoutique.com. Y'all be able to get the Earth Tone
Yes.
medallions, get the merch. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Unc was the stylist back in the day. Yo, I forgot all about that shit. Look, he in the comments, yo. He just, yo, Unc was the stylist. It's a fact, yo. I ain't forget about it, but it's good that he reminded me. Like, Unc was definitely the stylist back in the day because he knew where to get all the fresh shit, the real shit. You know what I'm saying? He was cool with all like the motherfuckers that owned the stores. You feel me? That was
Listen,
before gentrification.
I
Everything
need
was
some
you had
shoes.
economy shoes. You can go in economy shoes right on Green
Yeah.
Mountain. You can go ahead. What you say?
I need some shoes.
You need some shoes? No, you and Unc link up. No, Unc is crazy with the fashion. You know what I'm saying? That would be dope. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely plug you with Unc. You know what I'm saying? He not on the internet. That's why his name is Mysterious Terror. You feel me? He's really back from that era. It's funny we having that conversation because he's back before the internet era with like hand to hand combat out here in the streets with the flyers and stuff like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
people in their trunk with their everything. You know what I'm saying? It was
Let's
it
see.
was different.
Let's see what else we got. Chris Brown, yo, Chris Brown got booked, yo, over in what, England or
I seen that, but I didn't really go down the rabbit hole in it.
he supposedly hit somebody with a bottle 2 years ago in 2023, and
And
they
it
didn't.
just not coming
That's
back from.
crazy, yo. That's how you gonna lock up. That's like locking up this generation Michael Jackson for real. Like everybody getting locked up, bro. Like what the fuck is going on? That
I
was
tell
just
you
was
one thing, his ass better be out before I get to that concert.
yeah. I remember you supposed to be going to concert,
Once
so he can stay locked up as long as he can over for your
he
concert.
get out before I get down to
That's
Miami and
crazy.
get to that
That's
concert,
crazy.
we
That's
good.
crazy.
Cause baby, paid all that damn money, your ass is locked up.
That's crazy. That's insane. As long as he come home before you go to concert. When you supposed to be
Right.
going to concert?
The end of June.
End of June. He
Mhm.
locked up in he's locked up in another country yo, for hitting somebody with a bottle 2 years
But
ago.
but
Why did he take his dumb ass back over there? He must ain't know. Like they were just
I
waiting
don't
for it.
fucking know. I guess he didn't even think like, oh, I'm Chris Brown. They're not even checking for me like that. I don't fucking know.
That's crazy, yeah.
I just don't know. That's why I'm like kind of petrified to like do
And the
anything.
craziest thing about it is you in a jail in another country. Like, oh, jail
Yes,
over
and
here is like you
they're
kind of
not going to just send you, transport you, and let you be. No, they going to execute you.
that shit probably mad better than over here though. Like, what
It
if it's shit
probably
like
is. It
because
probably.
over here, over here they'd have been trying to extort you or trying to see what gang in, you know what I mean? See if he really about that
Yeah.
blood shit.
But the crazy thing is, a lot of people. like the Chrisleys. If I don't know if you know them, probably not. They're a
No.
white family. The mom and dad got locked up
Mm-hmm.
for tax evasion or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing years. I think she's doing 7 years, and he's doing like 14 or some shit.
Yo, shout out to StreamYard too, yo. StreamYard, you see the logo up there in the corner. Shout out to StreamYard. Click the link in the YouTube joint or go to repfam.com and click the StreamYard link on the homepage and you'll save $10. Yo, if you were streaming and stuff yourself, StreamYard is real dope. You see how we got the stuff like this. We can do stuff like this right here. Like, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, what you about to do? I knew
Boom.
it. I knew it.
You feel me? Today's episode is brought to you by biz2gooutlet.com and biz we can do stuff like that. You funny.
Mhm.
So shout out to StreamYard.com. Yo, go to retfam.com and click StreamYard or click the link in the YouTube description. Yo. The Joe and Jada podcast. Hey Unc, bless you. Hey Unc, if you still in the comments,
Yeah, he's still there.
Unc said, oh, you can see the comments now?
Yeah, now I can.
Oh, I go and read that one. What did he say?
The first technology after pages was next. Listen, I was on MySpace. I never had a boost. Well, my cousin had a boost,
Mm-hmm.
but I had a BlackBerry. I love.
Okay. Yo, speaking of the old technology, yo, was the Black Planet. But go ahead, you loved your BlackBerry,
Yeah,
Black
I
Planet.
didn't really get on Planet because that was out before I was still young. So by the time I got old enough to get on it, it kind of turned into I think MySpace or something else.
Black Planet, okay, so that was a little bit. Black Planet was that's where the Facebook, all of them got that. Black Planet was for college. It was on I remember it because Unc was messing with a chick over at Morgan. You feel me? HBCU, and we was running around over there because that was over there in our neck of the woods. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
That was right in our neck of the woods for real,
right.
like you know what I mean. So Black Planet, the joint, because it was a little bit, it was a little bit like the joint's older than me. Like we was over there though. Like
Yeah,
I was a young nigga, but I was with like my OGs. You feel me? Going to run
yeah.
still, but Black Planet started on the colleges. Follow where I'm going here, because this is the Never Conspiracy Corner. We should, I mean, this deserve a whole episode. We might have to revisit this because Black Planet started before all that, before MySpace, Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. I was young.
It was
I
on colleges. It
Planet
was the
Cat
same blueprint. They took it, and
and made
Facebook Black
MySpace.
Planet was, and just because Black Planet, if it would have grown, because I did some research on this a couple years ago, but I ain't never follow up on the episode about it, or like just kind of actually doing
Hmm.
anything. I just did the research for my person. Like, yo, what happened to yo? You feel me? But yeah. So we gonna revisit that, yo. But Black Planet was the start of all that. You feel me?
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The pages was monumental. That might be before your
Yes,
time
and
now.
I always wanted one because they came in different colors.
Nigga like it's boom, nigga pull a joint. Listen, nah, sure, you ain't know about that. That should be clipped right here.
I knew about it. I just didn't
Like,
have
hold
one.
on.
Yep.
Nigga be at the function. Look, this how yo, this how I used to get. This how I used to be at the function, yo, princess. Look. They like this. Nigga be at that bitch. Say we at the function. Nigga should just go off. Beep, beep, like
Yeah,
just like stunting though. Like they had different colors and all that shit.
that's
Like,
why I said they
oh,
had
all
the
right.
different colors and
Then
everything.
you had to go to the
I
payphone.
never.
You had to
Yeah,
go to the
yeah, go to
payphone
the
though. Like
payphone.
that's the era
I
I'm from.
never
Like,
had a beeper, but I always wanted one. But see, my cousin, I was jealous because she had that one the boost where she could the chirp. She had the chirp.
oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
never had that. I wanted it, but I had the one you flip up like that and you text and you put the screen down like and they supposed to be
Mhm.
bringing those back. I said I might switch over to Android.
Yo, the boost was a crazy era too. That's where it went from. Look, yo, he did break it down though. You feel
Mhm.
me?
Mhm.
But yo, Unc, you welcome to comment. Yo, let me put this. Let me see if I can put this. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna put the link right here. Anybody can come up. Yo, this is a great Bugsy show right here. They go to the link right there. You know what I mean? Anybody want to come up? Yo, you welcome. You definitely welcome anytime, yo, to adjust it. You know what I mean? To address the history. You feel me? And it's definitely monumental in episode 1. Yo, my first radio show ever had Mike Bugsy on there, my little brother. You know what I'm saying?
Aw,
My first radio show ever. That was February 22nd, 2012.
look at
That was
that.
the Rep Fam Wednesdays. You feel me? And then we evolved to what we're doing now. We've been in the game, you know what I mean?
Because
But
you
this
have so many different podcasts is branched into you now, right?
yeah, yeah. So, the beautiful thing is, again, I started in radio 2012. You know what I mean? Shout out to Skipper, the Dugout Don from Hard Body Radio. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Hey yo, okay. Zone
yeah,
into
yeah. Yo, Unc had the bad joint Khadijah, yo, from Queens. He went up there and everything. Went up there, Queens. It was hooping up there in the projects and all that. He had the bad joint from Queens, Khadijah. She was cool. She went bad, I think, a little later on. You know what I mean? Because they was together. They was like a little married couple back in the day. They used to be going up the dorm. That's what I'm saying. I used to be with. That's what I'm saying. I used to be with my uncle. You feel me? Slide up there, messing with the joints. I'm like 15, 16 though, just going bad on the old joints. Like that's what you know what I mean? But at one time Morgan had got a bad stereotype. That
They did. Mm-hmm.
what was
Mm-hmm.
the bad stereotype?
They got AIDS and all the STDs going on up in there. How I
Yeah,
told my son, I was like,
Jadakiss' daughter just graduated from Morgan.
oh,
Nobody ain't even know. Yeah, yeah, Jadakiss' daughter. Look on his Instagram. Yo, shout out to that.
yeah.
Morgan that came around because there's a lot of people that we want to come to Morgan from all over the
Yes.
world.
And like when I go down that way to go to work or whatever, I see Morgan is always packed.
Mm-hmm. Yo, copy the link right there,
Play
yo.
that bitch too. I'm like, I'm about to go up in there.
Yo, click the link right there, yo, and come up here, Yo, you were saying the comments and shit. Yo, played it. But that's my man though. It's good to have that in But listen,
Mm-hmm.
um, Morgan coming around. Yo, where we at though? Where
Morgan
we
is
at?
definitely coming around.
Oh, the Joe and Jada podcast. Speaking of Jada, his daughter graduating from Morgan, the Joe and Jada podcast. Fat Joe,
Mm-hmm.
legendary terror squad. In my opinion, one of the most underrated MCs.
Definitely. I loved him and Big Pun.
Yeah, that energy was crazy.
I loved them.
Yo, it's unfortunate big puns, unfortunate timing. It's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand for in my opinion, right? Because prior to the Joe and Jada podcast,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a lot of conversation about Fat Joe and Big Pun's family,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Big Pun being the Don Carter Gina, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
you feel me? Joey cracked the Don, Big Terror Squad. I don't understand why he never had a sit down with Big Pun's son, who's nice. Big Pun's son is dead nice. Fat Joe and Big Pun's son, they sit at the table like gangsters. Like that's what Pun would want.
Mm-hmm.
Type, you know what I mean? Like, you know what? We might have went through whatever. Like Fat Joe, in my opinion,
Yeah, but they were still
holds a
family.
grudge or something. At least at the minimum, he holds a grudge, like a motherfucker. In my
That's what I was hearing on TikTok. But
You
I
the
didn't go back.
Don. You supposed to be the Don Carter Gene. Even for the people, me, I'm a diehard Fat Joe fan. Shout out to my man DJ Big Toten. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? That's my family right there. DJ Big Toten since the Sandbox. He put me on really with Fat Joe. We used to be riding around the van. He ain't had no power steering fluid, yo. Yeah, like we used to be going bad in the van. The van was a mobile studio. You might well say that shit was all kinds of debauchery was going on in the van. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas is bagging up in the van. Niggas had 3 joints in the van. Party at the parties. The van was no power steering though. Like you,
Yeah.
but yo, he had me really listening to Fat Joe. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cause before, like, yes, that Big Pun was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yes,
start
but if
there.
you really listen to Fat Joe's verses on those songs, he was underrated.
Very underrated. Look,
Mm-hmm.
they go Unc right there. Hold on.
Y'all see me?
Yeah, what's up, Unc?
What
Hey,
up? What's
Yeah,
going on, Chica?
nothing much.
Yo,
Yeah,
mysterious
well,
terror in
I
the
don't know.
building.
Like only cause nephew, you know what I mean, wanted me in here. That's why I'm doing it, yo. I just came from
This is
around
legendary
Granny
right
shit.
here. This is legendary. Yo, Greg Buzzy Show episode 1. This is legendary. The plan is lined up
Hold on,
because like
I'm
don't
about to
call him
step out.
mysterious terror for nothing. Like he's not on the internet nowhere. Like that's really
Yeah.
he's really from that era. And we just on episode 1, like I told you when I first started radio, my first episode had Mike Bugsy on it. You feel me?
Oh
Now this is
yeah, that's little bro. That's little bro,
yeah,
buddy.
still let you know
Little
what I mean.
bro.
But
And
this is the rebrand right here. Greg Bugsy Show episode 1.
you know what, yo?
Nah,
Now
nah,
look,
said starting her new show. That's
let,
why
let
I
me
said let me
let me
do
tell
the
you how funny
rebrand.
this is. As soon as
I
you said
needed
the
new energy,
rebrand, hold
Mhm.
on. As soon as you said the rebrand, it would take me to say this, yo. You know, you got to go back to Lennox when he was talking to yo. He was like, "This is the rebirth." Remember, he was in there with DMX. He was in there with DMX. You got to throw that in the short when he was smoking weed with DMX, and he wanted him to do the hit for him. He was like, "This is the rebirth." Remember when he said that shit? So it's the
Yeah,
rebrand. So you got to take it back to the rebirth. You already know I'm gonna be dropping jewels out this motherfucker.
yo, yo, let me say, yo, I'm glad I got you on here. How did you start rapping, yo? Yo, of all the radio shows I did, yo, I never interviewed you, yo. Can you believe that shit? No,
I
that's not.
know,
That
but I
can't be
mean,
true. That can't be
but
true.
wait a minute. But you know what? Let me tell you something. Somebody, that was doing podcasts down here and all that other shit. And one day, this was probably like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I
Hmm.
was hollering my man, Lano Peoples. Matter of fact, Lano Peoples. Remember, I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
Lano
yeah.
and all of them.
Yeah,
One
shout
of
out to
your
Lano,
cousins,
Bomb First
yeah,
Nation.
one of
Yep.
your cousins
Tim
live
Trees.
not, yeah, all of them. Like one of your peoples live not far from Granny house. And he
Hmm.
had the beats bumping out his car, so I jumped on that shit. I don't even know how many bars I dropped. I don't know why I went bananas. Who knows? But Cool G rap is my favorite. That's the reason why. That's the reason why shit was just coming out of my head like that. Cool G, my favorite.
Yeah, Cool G. You put me on with Cool G rap. I was just thinking that when I was talking about DJ Big Toten, Dante. You know Dante,
Yeah,
DJ
of
Big
course. And
Toten.
he grew up on the same block with me. Him, his people. Remember? Just about
Yeah.
everybody that you know around from the zone 18 or whatever. I either had some dealings with or we grew up with. Or we was running around somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's real shit. I mean, it can't get no realer than that.
I know that's right.
Yeah, man. And like, look, man. As far as on like fashion and all of that shit, I'm the master of the crayon box. Believe that shit. Since they bought me that 100-piece crayon box, boy. Like even when I was younger, by the time I can put that shit in my clothes. Seriously, like if you ever see pictures of me or all of the gear, like right now, I got the ABS from '84, like to this day. All that
No,
crazy
you got
shit, like all
legendary
of them
shit. You
Jordans
got
people
legendary
wearing,
shit.
all of the Jordans people wearing. I got the first four, and I bought two
He
pairs when I
got
was running
legendary
around the
shit.
street.
I know
No,
And
that's
they
listen.
still, some of them, the first four aren't even open. So if I put them, they're the original ones from when they hit. Because when we were growing up, all that shit we couldn't. Sometimes our parents couldn't afford it, so that's
Hmm.
what made us start running around in the street. But
on the
then
street.
we
Yep.
couldn't even. Yeah, then we couldn't even wear some of the shit that we bought because they're gonna be like, "How the fuck can you afford that?"
Yep.
So yeah, yo, when we
You
hook
had to
school and
hide
do
that
stuff,
shit.
yo, we had to leave our clothes somewhere else, put our clothes on, stunt and everything else, and then go back home like it was normal.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because they was trying suplexes. Like, nigga, if we couldn't go outside or some shit, man,
It wasn't no thing
or
as child
whatever, yo.
abuse back
Let
in
me
the
I
know
day.
something. There wasn't
remember.
no technology, none of that
Do
shit.
you remember back in the day, Sauconys was
Yeah.
Yes, I still have a pair.
popping?
I still got three.
Wow.
The red ones, them blue ones, and the white ones. The
I
original
love the
joints.
classic
All of the
ones.
original stuff I
No,
had.
I
I'm
got all
telling
that
you,
shit. I'm
Chico.
trying to tell you real shit.
Seriously.
I know that's
You don't
right.
need
Yo,
look.
she,
You
yo,
wouldn't
y'all
need
two
look. I'll
motherfuckers
tell
hook
you
up
something.
on the
I'm gonna
sneakers
tell
is
you something.
crazy.
Check
Real
this out.
shit.
I'm gonna tell you this. If either one of y'all, if I threw y'all, if I threw
And
y'all in
Mike
my
Bugsy.
closet,
Y'all
y'all come
three
out
is like the
baptized,
three
boy.
sneaker heads I
No
know.
joke. It's no joke.
Hmm.
If I threw y'all in my closet, you come out baptized. Believe that shit. Believe it. Like right
Yo.
now, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Chica. Now that you on here, the crazy part is this. One of remember how everybody used to rock the Coogee shit or whatever, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
No,
Guess
Fubu
what?
on there now.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
telling I got some. I still have some shit from back in the day. One of
Mhm.
my exes that I was with during the time that I helped to get, it's a Coogee women's dress. I actually still have that shit. Confiscated that shit. It's like, oh, okay. It's in the zipper up. It's red. It's a dress like
I only
where
had one
probably
Gucci dress, and
yeah,
that
but
was
it's a dress like
multicolored
somebody you had to be going somewhere like to go to prom to shit on them that bad. It's a whole entire dress you can put on, and like the back of his outsole got these crazy laces and all that crazy
one.
shit. It's zip it up.
I
Yeah,
had it.
sure
I
enough.
had the one where the Coogee was the different colors.
Yeah,
It was like an all white dress, and it had black trimming, and it had the colors. Hmm.
yeah. Shit, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The AV is on my
Yo,
feet now. I don't even know why I worked in them, but I just did it.
hey,
Fuck
how
it.
did you start rapping, Yo, how did you start rapping?
You asked me, and I told you it was
Yeah,
because of
he
Cool
just
G.
told you.
Yeah,
This Cool G
you
rap?
asked me, and I
No,
said
I'm
that
saying,
because
but besides, all right, go ahead. Cool G rap. It was
yeah,
because so
listening to his doubles one of his first albums when he made the double CD, and then
mhm.
after that, with super big on Uncle Gerald and all of them Triple OG, because you
Shout
know
out to
Uncle
Uncle
Jim
Joe.
home. Yeah, but you know Uncle Jim home now. He did 37 straight and he home.
Yo, that's crazy, yo. Shout out to
Yeah, he
Uncle
did
Jim, yo.
37. He
Hell
was
yeah.
locked up your whole young life, fool.
Yeah, yeah. Uncle Jim
He
was locked
home
up for a
now and
long
shit,
ass
y'all.
time.
Yeah,
Yo, how
he
Grand
home.
doing? How Grand doing? How Grand
She
doing?
doing fine. Her birthday about to come up. She about to turn 84, fool.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta swing
Yeah,
through
Oh,
there,
that's
man.
great. That's a blessing,
he
right?
be trying to he want to get me to move around, but it's been a lot of stuff with their health as far as shipping happening. So I'm the guard dog. I'm the first grandson, so I gotta handle shit, take care of people, and
Mm-hmm.
No, you
be
definitely
around
hold
when they
down,
need
you
me to
know.
be around.
But
So
that's the good thing about the family, because I be all over the world. Like, you can't get this nigga to leave Baltimore. Like, it ain't no more Baltimore than for real.
listen,
Like, niggas don't.
hold on.
You
When
feel
I
me?
leave, you just don't know.
Ray Bugsy Show
That's the
episode 1. You
problem.
feel me? No, you get
That's
low. No, you get low. You get low around the world, but it's mysterious. Like he don't pop out. But that's
exactly
like
what. Wait a minute. How could you
like
forget that you named me that?
no, I already know. You feel me? I already
You
know.
the
I
one who
already
named
know.
me that. So how you gonna get mad at some? How you gonna get mad
Yo,
at something that you gave out?
no, because it was a
Yeah.
perfect description though. Like, you feel me? Like, it was a perfect description. You know what I mean, for your artistry and like your characteristics. But this nigga like a superhero. You always had a whole uniform
And
on.
you
Like when
remember
they
what
kind
they
of
said? You
niggas
remember
can't.
what they said?
No,
You
this
remember
nigga.
what they
No,
said when we went to?
hold on.
Oh
Yo,
shit!
he'll see somebody. We be out in public, yo, drunk as shit. Yo, probably some bitches with us and shit. He'll see somebody. Somebody has something that he own. He be like, yo, he'll tell them they not rocking it right. Yo, like, what kind of person?
Out in the street.
Like, come on, bro. Like, what kind of person you see
I
somebody
be
on this?
like, excuse
Don't politely tell them, like, respectfully, like, yo, respectfully, yo, you're not right. You should have had it with this or that. Like, yo,
me.
niggas
Hey
looking like
yo.
word, like, oh, all right, like that's what's up.
Hey
Yeah. And
yo.
then you'll get mad if niggas energy was like, oh man, fuck you, you ain't rocking that shit right. Like, yo, nigga might have the owens on, but he ain't had that shit put together right. Yo, that shit'd be a bad day for them on the whole bus ride. Like, niggas is getting on them.
Yo, you see what's on the front of this
No,
shirt, yo?
don't be around Unc with two different
Let me
brands.
see.
Neither. Like
Yeah,
nowadays, hey
I'm
Unc, what you
trying to.
think about this?
Wait a
Go
minute,
ahead.
because it's Easy E and the whole NWA on my sweatshirt. It got cold out here, and it's them, but their Easy is at the top, and it's the rest of NWA, and it's the untouchable shit like from the movie. And it's on it's Smith and Graham sweatshirt. Smith and Graham the only ones that got pocketed sweatshirts like a hoodie.
Oh
Yo, who
shit.
I
started
can't
rapping first? You or Charles? Yo, who started
Oh,
rapping
this
first?
shit, that's nice as fuck. That's
I
dope.
can't yeah, but I can't show you the rest because they all on here. But it's
But
him
that
at the
is
top because
dope
he passed
though.
away. Yeah, it's crazy. It's Smith and Graham shit. It's
That is
hard to
dope.
find. It's shit on the front and the back. It's got the triple beam scale and shit, the way shit across my neck, everything. Yeah, but it's crazy.
Y-
It's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, Unc. Hey, Unc, I want you to patch up with some
Wow.
people so she can find exclusive shit to put on her boutique
Oh
too.
yeah,
You feel
that's
me?
real. That is simple. That is easy. Everybody still got all of their stores and all that other stuff. Brother Roger, he used to be on Greenmount with everything. He was one of the first black dudes to actually have a storefront with all of the stuff to get bags,
Mhm.
clothes, shoes, whatever for all of the
I'm a
connections he had
bag
from
lady,
New
so
York or wherever. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that go. I still rocking with y'all. After all of this time with any type of product or whatever. Most of like my folks they went back because they messed up downtown. So um Yelena peoples they Russian they used to have a jewelry store downtown so they'd customize anything they were customized jewelers but I still rock with Greenmount Savings and Loan, they can make anything from scratch, a ring, a chain, or whatever. If you want, if you already got
Shop.
a chain, they can dip your shit, all of that. They getting so much money, they got commercials on TV now. It's crazy.
Damn.
Yo, they got
Yeah,
commercials on
we
WF
plugged all
Radio.
the way in like
Shout out to
BG&E.
Greenmount. Yeah, they got
We plugged
commercials
all
on
the way in
our
like
radio
BG&E.
station.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check them out.
Sure
I need some exclusive shit. That's one thing about me. I stay with
enough, because like they
exclusive shit.
with them, they already they are jewelers and all of that, but they make their own shit as well. So yeah, we already I don't even want to bring up this name, but Mystique, which is Jackie or whatever, her engagement ring was custom from them. We went to the Bethesda people out and the jewelry people out in Maryland. We bought the stone and then we brought it back to Greenmount and they built the ring around that shit. That's how nice they are with it.
Damn.
Yeah, they
yo,
nice as shit with it.
I like that. I
Yeah,
got
yo,
buddy. Yeah.
yo,
So
shout.
I mean, when I seen y'all, I just happened to just open up my phone. So I got off work or whatever. I was like, let me go check on nephew, see if he got anything new. Boom, to y'all in the live chat. I gave yo his first like, did all of that. And once I start hitting the
Yo,
comments, y'all like, oh, I'm gonna send the link. So we gotta get Uncle on here. So I was like, I said I ain't gonna disappoint my
yo.
nephew. I'm gonna get on here.
So who started rapping first? You or Charles, yo?
I don't know. It had to be probably around the same time. But like to me, he's more of a technician with the writing. Y'all, they used to be bugging because I used to do everything off top of the
Oh
head,
yeah,
right there in the middle
freestyle
of the
was
cycle,
ridiculous.
all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
freestyle.
Crazy
Mhm.
Johns used to be the stage for that, yo. Crazy Johns used to be the stage for
Crazy
that. You
Jones
plug
was
the
the
mic into the
Instagram.
radio when the club let out or whatever the case may be, you could sling all your shit down there. But at some point in time of the night, it was gonna be a cipher, boy, with the mics out there, and it had to. Sometimes it'd be like anywhere from 80 to 90 people just out front because
Mhm.
it never shut down. And that's when them battles be happening, boy.
You
And
know,
like
but
if
that's
you
when
can't
real
you
music
can't even jump in, you can't even jump in no circle if you ain't had your shit together. And
comes.
I ain't have to worry about having my shit together because I either be smoking and drinking, I be listening to what people saying, I jump in that bitch, and I just keep going and I don't stop until motherfucker get out my way. And
So that
and then
was
I jump out.
what is it called? The cipher.
Yeah,
That's what.
just a random cipher right there on the
Yeah,
stage.
that was the beginning
You
of
claim
all of that
if
shit.
you
Now, you
claim
know?
if you claim you the shit, you gonna have to spit like you are the shit. Cause like
Mhm.
somebody whoever is waiting, like you like to jump in as soon as they catch that wrong word or you fuck up, they got you. It's like a hatchet. Boom, they gonna chop
That's
your shit
why
off, boy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I stick to old school stuff because that shit was real music compared to now.
Well, I tell you what, since we was talking about Cool G, look up his album Money the Roots to All Evil. Remember Papoose? That's his first classic appearance on Cool G shit. The album before that, Nas is actually on the cover of 456 on that man cover.
Hmm.
Because that's when he came up with the song Fast Life, and that was one of Nas's first features. But he's actually on the album if you buy it today. He's on the front of the album, standing right there with that man.
No more.
Yeah, we should. We drop knowledge anytime you want it,
Yep.
straight like that.
Hmm.
And like
I was.
hearing y'all conversation, that's what it is, man. I whatever y'all ask me about, I can give you, what I mean, the honest opinion about everything. Cause my memory, I mean, it's a gift and a curse, but it's warped. It ain't
Yeah.
nothing that I
What's
ain't
your
never
favorite
been through.
Jordan, yo? What's your favorite Jordan, yo?
I'm not a Jordan fan.
Not
I
Jordan.
got
Not
him,
Jordan.
but I mean, I'm a fan of all of the rest of the players that made him as great as what he is. Because if he ain't compete with them, he wouldn't be as great as he is. I'm a
Isaiah
Barkley fan.
Thomas.
Barkley has
Okay.
sold just as many shoes as Jordan has. I rock Barkleys, I rock Ewans. I'm always different. I don't look like anybody else. So when you see me, see how I'm dressed, I can stick out like a sore thumb. But at least I don't wear fatigues anymore. I used to wear all of the fatigues, every color Tim flavor there
Yo,
was, I
definitely
had.
used to. Yo
And
was
I was
dressed like a
walking
Mob
around in
Deep
the street with
character
them.
for real.
Yes, sir. But see,
I
a
was
lot of people always
definitely.
wore the green.
I was
You
Shit,
say
I had
definitely a Charles Barkley
you say
fan.
not? Oh, the
yeah,
Barclays.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because like one of the hardest Barkleys ever is when he dunked on Godzilla, they had the ankle piece made in him. I played ball all my life,
Hmm.
and besides those, it was the Olympic Barkleys. They the hardest two ever. They're and the Mob Deeps that's on the back of
Right.
the album. When we ain't even had the Ravens yet, but they was black, white, and purple
Mm.
with the spots on them. Yeah, they did the '94 Barkleys, '94,
I
'93.
when it came down to basketball, I
Mm-hmm.
did fuck with Barkley. I fuck with Iverson, but I really,
Yes, I am a fan. I
I
met that
really
man in
fuck
person
with
in
the Harlem
Philadelphia.
Globetrotters.
Okay, I got curly jersey. I got it.
Yes,
I got
those
Curly jersey.
that was
The Harlem Globetrotters jersey, like where to find it at to this day. If you're not in New York and Baltimore, it's in Lids and East Point. They the only people who got it.
Point.
And then
East Point. People be
yes,
sleeping on East
look, it's
Point,
in
but East
Lids.
Point is a lot of
Look,
shit.
when you go in there, it's a dude, which is my homeboy. He got a thick beard.
Hmm.
He's normally there all the time because he manages everybody else.
Hmm.
And the last time that I had went out there, I bought Curly from him. And now you see the Harlem Globetrotters got a whole bunch of other different people. They got the little short midget that be playing ball. He's with them now too. And that's what made me get that shit when I went in there. Instead of it just being red,
They
white,
got
and blue.
girls and stuff now.
Yes, they do. Yeah. But they got red, white, the blue, and they put the yellow spin on it, just like how this live shit is, like with the yellow
Hmm.
bars on there. Yeah. I'm in tune with all of that. My favorite player, in basketball is George Gervin because he got the finger roll, and that's what I do. Before they had NBA Jam, I was out there doing that shit on the basketball court for real. I'm only 5'8". I could dunk a basketball. Not no longer anymore because I messed my fingers up. But yeah, I was out there going crazy. I can
Yo,
still play to this day.
what's
I can
the
still
best
play.
food spot in Baltimore? Best food spot in Baltimore.
I cook, so I don't be going out nowhere. You know this.
I love that.
You remember, like we used to be hijacking Whole Foods. They used to be called Fresh Food. We used to be hijacking Whole Foods. When this fool bring a chick
Yo,
around
we
to do
definitely, yo, it
whatever,
was a
he had
license to
personal chef, which
steal,
was
yo. It
me.
was a license to steal.
Yeah, sure enough. Lobster tail, salmon, all of
Tuna
that. I used to
steaks. Yo, you
cut
ever had a
for
tuna steak
everything.
now?
Yeah, they used to be back in the
You gotta
day.
have
The tuna
you gotta have it.
steaks,
You
the
gotta have a
tuna
tuna
steaks used
steak,
to
yo.
be
It'd be like, yo,
$15.99. Now,
this
now the
thick.
2025, they probably cost like 30 some dollars a
They
pound
probably
plate.
40 something. Yeah.
Yeah, but he used to
Food
be getting
is so
all of that.
high nowadays. Like it's so
He,
hard to feed these kids.
he used to be getting all of that, bro. Like I'm
Hey,
trying to
yo,
tell
Unc.
you, I didn't want to
Hey, Unc.
impress somebody. Shh.
Yo.
I'm like,
So now, what you think your favorite food spot in Baltimore now?
I don't know because right
Um,
now I am on a binge. I'm on this thing where I'm going to different restaurants, trying out new things. So
okay,
right now,
okay. Oh, we may put you on something. We was talking about East Point. Right there on Merritt Boulevard is Chicken Rico.
I already had them.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's normally my favorite spot. But now they got ribs and all this other shit. Now
Yeah,
you been back since they got ribs and
I
everything
haven't
else.
been there since they got. I think I've been there one time. And I was doing Uber Eats and I seen the ribs or whatever, but I
Yeah, because
haven't been
they got
since.
them like, now that they cut the ribs and stuff off the bone, they can make burritos and stuff. They didn't have that at first.
I believe it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now they make the burritos and all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of like mom and pop spots on TikTok of places that people are going
yeah,
finding
well,
like.
you know what's crazy? Y'all got me on here. I ain't on TikTok. I ain't on Facebook. I ain't on Instagram. Like when you see me, you really gonna have to see me in the street when you see me, because I ain't on none of
Yo,
that stuff.
you one
That
of the
that that
rare
that.
people. You and Aunt Kathy, yo. You and Aunt Kathy is the two people I know that have no digital footprint. Like, what's up with y'all, yo? What
Yes.
y'all in the
Wait,
CIA
wait
or
a minute.
something,
Wait
yo?
a minute.
What's
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Remember when you went to get your first spot, and the man said he was just like, "Wait a minute. How are we trying to look you up on anything? You're like a mysterious character. It's almost like you don't exist." And he bust out laughing. He's gonna get
yo?
his spot. He's gonna get
That
his
was
first spot. And
hilarious.
somebody actually said that
Yeah,
out their mouth.
yo, Unc co-signed with me, yo. Get my first spot, man. That's my real uncle.
Yeah,
People don't understand that, yo.
yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
that's how I started rapping. This is why I say this is
Pick up
legendary,
all over the place.
monumental, yo. This is monumental. The Greg Bugsy Show, episode 1. Yo, hey, Unc, have you heard about Fat Joe and Jadakiss? They have a podcast, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's getting a lot of
yeah.
mixed reviews.
They two of my favorite people anyway. You know what I'm saying? We fuck. I fuck with Kiss and Fat Joe. Fuck with Joey Crack. We
Yeah,
big pun fan. All they come on, buddy. I'm from back in the day, so all
yo,
my
do you
favorite
think?
people. Most of these people that's out here that be spitting all of that crazy stuff. They can't go up. They can't go up against the legends. They ain't got nothing for them. You know what I'm
No.
saying? They don't have nothing for them whatsoever. So I mean,
No.
I'm glad to be part of that legacy. I'm glad to be part of that era. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? I'm glad that I was influential with you with a lot of things. You know what I mean? You
Yo,
and your
this is why
people's on
this is.
here, you rocking with this. So, I had to show up, man.
Yo, listen, we signed up 3 new clients just today. Yo, shout out to Norm Catan Catering, shout out to Bellagio Spa, yo, and shout out to I'm tripping. Hold on, bugging right now. It's the smokestore.com. Yo,
It don't
hold on.
surprise me, buddy. Look who we talking to.
Um, tripping right now. But anyway, yo, shout out to Quest Small Halls. You know what I mean? So yo, we growing now. Repfam.com. You can go and reserve your domain right there. My website is through there. I'm not only the client, I'm the player president. Nah, website through there. You feel me? It all started with this man right here. It started with rap. You feel me? So like, yo, what's your first memories of rap? Yo, why we got you on here? What's your first
Oh,
memory of hip hop? Hip
on,
hop.
on the porch with you and me, you, Ice, and Siesta, and
No, I mean like when you first heard hip hop as a kid, like way back, like
as a
as a
kid.
kid.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
easy. You know what I mean? Listening to KRS-One and Rakim and all of that stuff when Uncle Joe used to be playing all of them albums when it was on wax and tapes. You know what I'm saying? And him and Granny be beefing and shit. I was a little kid. He playing all of the music and shit, yo. They be getting into it. And then one he'd be out, hustle all night long, come back in, smoke weed, drink, and all of that stuff. Had chicks in the basement hiding and crazy stuff. Yeah, he be playing and
Yo,
he be bumping out.
Uncle Gerald is
Wow.
Uncle
crazy,
Joe's
yo.
terrible. He's
Wow.
notorious. He is notorious, yo. He built the shed in Granny house and he put a lock on it, right? He had his heat in there, he had his smoke in there, and when Granny caught him with the chicks, it was two chicks down in the basement, he closed the shed and shut it in there and locked them in there when they was beefing. And he told me, he pointing to me, he like, yo, help get Granny out of here so I can sneak him out the back door and get him out of here. He put on the
Yo,
KRS
like,
One, a
this is
criminal
the
minded.
shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I
What?
so I did something. I knocked something. I went upstairs and I knocked something over so Granny can come up there and she get the fussing at me. He snuck the chicks out the door, out the
What?
basement.
Yo,
Yeah, so I
yo,
was,
that's
I was
shit
already the code
crazy,
D
yo.
back in the day.
Real
Yeah,
young.
already the
Yo,
code D
that's
back in the day,
crazy,
buddy.
yo.
I
That's a
think
Yes,
crazy
sir.
story.
I think my first experience was Queen Latifah UNITY.
Oh, you
Okay,
know what's funny?
okay,
So wait a
okay.
minute. So that means if you sing in unity, right? Look for give it to him, Queen, when she spell her whole name, Queen LITIFH in command.
Yep,
Yeah, it's
I
when she be
think
hitting
that
them
was
with the
too.
bars. She be hitting them
Hmm.
with them bars, buddy. They couldn't fool with the
Yep.
Queen at all.
That's when I
Like
was like
literally,
really
her her
interested.
her MC, like, and a lot of people used to be chewing
Hmm.
people up terrible, yo, like
Hmm.
badly. Anytime they standing out there with LL and all of those people, they be chewing people up awfully.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was the
I was.
first chick. MC Light was the first chick that when she made the black and
Yep.
white video Cha Cha Cha, she had both of them Porsches and shit. She had a pair of MC Hammer pants.
Yeah, I
She had
remember.
a
See,
pair
I
of
was
MC
young,
Hammer
but I
pants.
remember
They
that.
cost like $1,000. She had a pair. Her dancers, they pulled up in both of the black and white Porsches or whatever. The video in black and white used to be on the box when the cable box used to be brown. And if you had money, it had an extra piece to it. That means you had more channels than anybody. That's just like that man when he would say back in the day, all I ever wore was no roaches and cable. So
Yo,
throwback, buddy. Yeah,
that's how
Unc
hood
is
it
a
come from,
historian
man.
for real.
Yep.
No
He is a
roaches and
historian
cable.
for
You
real.
was really living a good
Yes,
life.
sir. I remember all
So
of that.
now,
I
what you
got a
was
hat.
ready to say though? Now,
I got a
what you
I
hat
gonna
for
say?
you
just
too.
remember that. Queen Latifah was my first, and that's when I really was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" And I really started getting into it. And then after that, it came like, I mean, because I grew up in the MC Hammer times too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then, like, I really started getting into it, and then like the Eminem came along, the
Oh yeah, yo.
Ludacris
His
came
first
along.
album, he had the old school car, yo, the beat up
Yep,
car, yo. Did
yep.
he?
My favorite,
Yeah.
don't laugh. My favorite was Ludacris and Nelly. And
Okay, bro. Ain't nothing
then
wrong with that.
Latifah. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
definitely digging
Ain't
off.
nothing wrong with that. Hey, I
Well,
got a hat for you
it
too.
is
I got
something
I
wrong
got
with
a
that.
custom Baltimore hat for you too.
Yo,
I got
speaking
a
of
custom
custom
Baltimore hat
hats,
for you.
yo, listen, hey,
Oh
no,
shit.
Unc was a
I
stylist.
got one of
Listen,
them on now.
yo,
Like
shout out your peoples.
the
Nah, she make
Pirates
the
edition,
custom
the black
hats,
and
yo.
white one because it's not supposed to be black and white.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the
nice.
All
That's
Star
dope.
Weekend. Trust me, I
Dope.
got over 90 hats. This is custom because the Pirates colors don't come in black and white, but this one is. So, and it's the All Star Weekend one too. So,
Yo, hey, Unc, yo,
shouldn't
shout
be
out your
whipping a hat for
peoples
this
with the
shit.
custom hats. Now we got to get
Oh
her up
yeah,
here, yo.
Nasir Customs. She do a little bit of everything. She customizes a
Okay.
little bit of everything, and then she also has like if there's any parties or events going on, she does like the bouncy house for the kids and all types of
Mhm.
stuff.
And we
Um,
definitely gonna have all the Nasir customs on LadyNasirBoutique.com too. So speaking of the custom hats, yo, that was right on time. You feel me? So yo,
mhm.
Yeah.
where was we at, yo? So listen, so my first memory of hip hop, yo, was Biz Markie, yo, just a
Oh
friend. You
yeah.
feel me?
You
Because
got
I
what
was
I
in the
need.
second
Yeah.
grade.
Yeah,
No,
cause
Yeah.
look,
remember in
this
second grade, it's like, oh
oh my god.
baby.
Mhm. His
You
little
got a
spectacle is.
disease.
And it
You
spread like
say
a
it's
rag,
just a rash.
a
Yeah, that
rag.
yo, that's a,
Yeah,
and then I heard the
definitely.
real song like on
Definitely.
the box because you know what I mean. You man, my mom had cable. You feel me? Like we ain't
Yeah,
had cable. We go over
yeah.
my mom house. You feel me? Yo, that shit was a
Do
different level.
do
My
I remember
anything,
grandmother.
you had
watch
the
whatever you want.
antennas first. You know, you had to keep moving the antennas to get that
Yeah,
right signal and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
yes,
That
yeah,
sir.
boxes and stuff like that. You had to go up and turn the knobs for the channels and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, we had
That
that
was
too. And then we
we
ended
ain't
up.
had a cable. You feel me? But
Hey,
that was my first memory of hip hop. And then
Mhm.
Luke, because the Luke videos was crazy. I ain't
oh
gonna lie.
yeah,
You catch a
yeah,
Luke
yeah.
video.
And with all of the chicks
That
running around.
that
Hey,
Mhm.
was
look,
the
you know what's
early
crazy?
Instagram.
He was
Now,
the first person when he started doing all of that with the club music and the chicks and everything, right? All like before they had got the Diddy and everything else, he was the one who had all of the chicks, right? And then when the people would come to his shows, like remember Guy and Aaron Hall and all that other stuff, yo, they used to be
mm-hmm.
fooling with the chicks because of Luke and shit, yo. Aaron Hall tried to kidnap that man, women, and all of that stuff. Locked the chicks in the house and had the dogs around them so they couldn't leave and shit, yo. They had to call and come get him and shit, yo.
Oh
Aaron
my
Hall terrible,
god.
yo. Hey Bugs, that's
Yo,
crazy, yo. That's crazy. I still got my hair and all that shit now too, yo. Probably like I think it's 2025, 2026. I'm gonna cut my hair back off and shit. I still got the braids and all that crazy shit.
yo, you seen they fired the Orioles manager? Yo, the Orioles
Yeah,
can't get it
thank
right.
God, man, because niggas getting tired of losing. They have every time we get some people and we got it, we get to winning and everything. When we get to the playoffs, we lose all the people that we have. Then they go to another team, come back, whip our ass and shit. Yo, and that nigga getting tired of that, yo. This shit get old. You remember, since we talk about history and stuff, you know the Orioles stole the colors from the Baltimore Black Sox. That's where all that shit come. And look, they stole the Orioles stole the colors, the black, white, and orange. The Chicago White Sox added another sock to that because the Baltimore Black Sox is one sock, and it has a baseball. It's the sock that has a baseball bat swinging because the Negro League was from 1919 to 1940 almost. Yep, Jackie Robinson used
So
to play for KC, Kansas City Monarchs. Jackie Robinson played for the Kansas City Monarchs as well. When he left the Negro League and he broke the barrier, he was playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers. That's when they were in Brooklyn.
but what okay, so my question wasn't it was they was called the Baltimore Browns or something like that?
Baltimore Black Sox.
Okay, so wait,
Baltimore Black Sox. You go
Are you
because
downtown.
talking
You
about the
go
Ravens?
no,
Are
downtown.
you talking
what
about
was
the
the
Ravens?
Ravens called before?
The Ravens were the
The
Cleveland
Ravens were the
Browns.
Cleveland
The
Browns.
Cleveland, yeah, they used to play in
Cleveland
Cleveland.
Browns.
So,
Yeah.
so
The
I got a
Cleveland.
question for you. Speaking of that, yes, that
Exactly.
was good. You was on to something. You feel me? But I got a
Mhm.
question.
No, I'm telling you the truth because the Baltimore Black Sox won 2 championships. The whole picture, remember we was downtown and I showed you that shit used to be in Rite Aid, right there with the whole entire team. And then after like now the Orioles got Baltimore going across their uniform when it used to be the Baltimore Black Sox. It was all one word. And then they had the Baltimore Black Sox. The sock actually had to have a bat in his hand, and they added a sock. Once the Orioles took the colors, because the Orioles ain't come out to 1927. The
Damn.
Baltimore Black Sox won 2 championships after 1920. The Orioles didn't come out to 27.
Yo, he
So
is a
once they
walking
stole the colors,
thesaurus.
is
yeah.
listen.
So once they
That's like
stole the
my L
colors,
right there. That's like my
yeah.
L right there.
Like
You know what I mean?
once they
Like how
stole the
El
colors,
Marie was here, man.
the
So
other half of the uniform, the Chicago White Sox took the sock and
well, him and
added
L
the
together would have
white
been
sock
dangerous
and
too.
added a whole pair. Because look, the Baltimore Black Sox was a black sock. So now they got the Chicago White Sox. And they took the SOX. The SOX was the Baltimore Black Sox emblem. They took that and they added another sock to it for white people. Yes, they did. And the
Dang.
Orioles took the rest of the uniform and they added a bird to it instead of the damn sock. I got the Baltimore Black Sox hat with that one sock on there. Yes, I do. Sure,
I
I
just
do.
love the knowledge. Like I love the
Well,
knowledge, the information
well,
up
you
on
gonna just keep on dropping it, goddamn it. So, sorry, yo,
I love it.
Greg folks, sister used to say like, "Oh my God, every time I talk to him, he's a filthy mouth." It's the craziest part where like my mouth ain't foul like the ODB, but it's cool.
Yeah, I'm working on cleaning mine up.
Yeah, I know. I can see one thing that we're good. You know, if I ever get the chance to meet you in person, we'll get along pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, Uncle's the bartender too. Uncle's the
yeah.
mixologist, the
Oh
chef.
God,
You know what I
he just
mean?
gonna
Oh,
keep pulling out
listen,
everything on
my
me.
go-to
Why he pulling
drink
my
of
whole
choice.
file out, yo?
Listen, my
Huh?
go-to drink of choice is the amaretto sour, so have it ready for me. Mhm.
The first time Bugs ever hit the strongest whiskey today I had out when a 6 pack was the Knob Creek. And we were out in the street and they only had 6 packs of it in like shorties, but they looked like miniatures. They used to be
Mhm.
downtown running around crazy, man. You know,
Well,
I'm
my
glad that I
very
made it to this age, boy.
my very first experience with alcohol was a Ford Loco.
Oh wow, really?
Damn, that was a
People so
that's
wait a minute,
crazy.
hold on. Now you know what's the funniest part? You heard what she said that? Who that make you think of, Bugs? Who used to drink locals all the time?
Four locals, yo. Hold on, let me
That's
think.
easy. That
Damn,
should be something easy for you.
forgot yo who used to
Mossberg.
drink? Oh yeah, yeah. Mossberg definitely used to yo
Mossberg had the
Mossberg.
full look.
Yo, shout out to
He was the
Mossberg. His
only
birthday
person
just
still
passed,
trying.
yo.
He was the only
Yo, shout
person
out to
still
Lil
trying
Mossberg.
to drink two of them because they said that you couldn't get past two. Once you got past the one, you would try to get to half of it, and then you will be out of there. Because you know that they took the four locals off the market, had to
Mhm.
dumb them down some, and then put them back out there. Yeah,
Mhm.
and
It
that was
was
around the same time the same company, the full local company, the same company, they were responsible for that like that 40 that was like almost $4. It was called 40, and it had a whole bunch of bricks on it, and it was the strongest malt liquor or beer on the market because it was 10%
It was
on the
stronger than
beer
Steel
content.
Reserve because I remember Steel
It,
Reserve
it was
came up, yo.
10%. They had to take it back off the market, bro. It ain't even out no more. It was 10% because people was going crazy. They was doing stuff. They was fighting everything. Yeah. And guess what?
Yo,
Guess where it first got marketed at? Green Mount, of course.
yo,
Of course, it was on
we
Green
won't
Mount. Of
never know
course,
the
they had it.
infamous
Lord.
Green Mount.
Yes, of
Yo,
course they had it.
I grew
Every
up in
bar that
between
went up
Green
and
Mount and
down Green
Harford
Mount,
Road. Yeah,
they
man.
had it. Ain't nobody else have it but Green Mount Strip.
Good
So
Lord.
crazy.
Yo,
Yes.
my first
Nuts.
introduction to liquor, like really drinking, like going to get bottles and shit, like was Night Train.
Oh
Yo, we
yeah.
used to get like, the night, yo,
The
niggas
wine.
hammered.
The wine to do with that. Hold on. So if you talk about Night Train, that runs down to Riches, Wild Divers Rose, and all of that.
That was Charles.
Yeah.
Charles used to be
Thunderbird, Night
punishing
Train,
nobody.
Wild Divers Rose.
I'll
Yeah.
never drink that shit ever again in my life. Cisco, none of that shit. I'll never drink
Well,
that
wait a
shit ever
minute.
again in my life.
You the same person that always be talking about. He started them God prayers. Oh, if I can get through this, I'm not going to do it again.
Yo, listen,
Yo,
motherfucker, we ready to
he being
die.
he was yo. We went out yo. We got. He said he wanted to get some clothes. This fool is the freshest person ever. Back in the Maurice Malone days. He leaves from downstairs, goes upstairs. He got on like the black butter Timbs, yo. He gets
Mhm.
in the tub, turns on the shower, yo. Turns on
Yo,
the
I was
shower
fucked
and
up,
all
yo.
his clothes, yo.
Yo, I was
Everything.
fucked
He
up,
turned
yo.
the
That had
shower
to,
on.
yo.
Wait a minute, he been gone too long. So he turned the shower on with the black butters in there. He jumped in the tub and turned the shower on himself. Because he
Yo,
said he
listen, I
felt like
was
he was on
fucked
fire.
up.
What he
Yo, I
said?
was hot as shit. Yo, you know what? The Rumplemans. Remember niggas used to drink the
Oh yeah,
Rumplemans with the
yeah,
little,
yeah.
what they had the little
Yeah,
gold flakes in there. Yo,
yeah. The
listen,
Gold Slugger and the
these
Rumplemans.
motherfuckers playing spades. I
59,
passed out under the table one time. Yo, these
and
motherfuckers
stayed
playing
there.
spades.
And stayed
Yo,
there.
passed out under the yo. The Rumplemans was crazy back. The Rumplemans, I
It's
ain't
still
had
out.
that. Them.
It's still out to this day. It's the
Yo, Remy
Rumplemans, the
though.
Gold Slugger. It's still out.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna never drink though in my life though is Remy. One time I was driving
Oh
home from Remy, my vision was cross out. Like I had to drive home with one
Yo,
eye. The road was
yeah.
like this. Like I had to
yo.
drive home like this with one fucking eye. Real shit. On some
So I'm looking forward to it's not Remy, but I'm looking forward to trying the Dominican rum.
Oh,
yo,
okay.
the Jamaican rum is the best. I've been in Jamaica
Is
three
it?
times. Yo,
Oh,
Jamaican rum is my shit.
so while you was over there, Buzz, did you get some of the Appleton Estate? That's
It
Jamaican. That's
sound
one of their
familiar. It
brands that we
sound
have here.
familiar. I can't
Yeah,
remember, yo.
that's one of their brands that like you can actually get that here without going to Jamaica. That's
That's my
look up
go-to drink.
Appleton Estate.
Is it authentic? Like, is it taste the
Yes,
same?
it's authentic Jamaican rum. That is their brand. Like that is an export of them that comes to us.
Okay, because I
It's
know
called
they the
it's
Coca
called
Cola
Appleton Estate.
and like the Coca Cola and the Pepsi, they all taste different in Puerto
Hmm.
Rico as they do
Yeah.
here. In DR as they do here.
Hmm.
So that's why I was asking, was it still the same?
Yeah.
Did he
Yep.
saying that?
I don't know. He's off of here.
I think
I
he
know.
said it
Said,
was
well, yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here too because I was supposed to be laying down because I'm tired.
well,
But it
it's
was like
really to meet you.
Yeah, it was good to chop it up with you, man. You know what I mean? We live here in Baltimore.
Gotta do it
So
again.
you stay up there. You stay up there with Bugs at you in PN.
No, I'm in Baltimore. I'll be on Green
What?
Mountain all the time.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
One
Okay.
native. That's me. I'm a Baltimorean. That's me. That is I. I'm
Okay.
always on
All
Green
right.
Mountain. Like, I be all through the city all the time, every day, all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I had to bump into you. Sure
Mm-hmm.
enough. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what's up. Look at the smirk, y'all funny. But look, Pete, look, we wouldn't even have never known this if he coming back on.
There you
I
go.
wouldn't have never known that because I wasn't even a wow. XL, yeah, I've been seeing it. Listen,
Really.
every time I don't even know why he gonna show me that type of shit. Because anytime anything hit, I will know about it. He knows this.
I just don't
That's
even know.
Shout out to XXL, you feel me?
yeah,
You know
sure
what I mean?
enough.
Shout to them.
Lord. You know what? Drink your wine and be happy.
I'm doing honest review.
Well, you
This
know
is
what?
nice.
Hold on. You know
Strawberry
what though?
grace. This was on the
You
wine show.
see,
I didn't even drink
since,
this. This was
since
on
I'm
the
on here,
wine rack here.
since I'm
Hmm.
on here with you, and he's drinking wine and all of that stuff. I'm pretty sure since you know, lady, like I know you know about Stella Rose
Yes,
Black, don't you?
I
Okay,
drink the
there you
Stella
go.
Rosa. I do all that, but my favorite is I'm gonna have to show you. It's a Moscato.
Okay,
I'm
let's
gonna have
see.
to show you. Let me show you. Hold on 1 second.
Yo,
All right,
shout
no
out to
problem.
XXL. Yo, my go-to drink is the rum and coke though. My mother used to drink that all the time when I was a kid.
Hey, wait a minute. Yeah,
But
look.
back in the day, you remember back in the day, I was
Since
on
you,
the Seagram gin. I used to drink the
yeah, I
gin
know.
real heavy.
Thank God.
The gin and
But
orange
guess
juice,
what?
screwdriver. The
I
screwdriver
guess
used to
it
be
will.
my shit.
Well, guess what? You remember when Jen had up the doses on they made 100 proof and it had that bottle with the black tint the first time I gave it to you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You was downtown and you took that man was walking with his girl and you took that man hand. Yeah, the Italian, yeah. The
This
Italian. I
is
know
my
about that.
favorite. That's my
It should
favorite.
look. It should be since I'm so slick with it, it should be 5%, right?
Let me see.
Look on there. I'm right.
That
I know I'm
nigga
right.
Unc said since I'm so slick with it.
Yep,
Yeah,
he right.
I'm that slick with it. I even know I didn't even as soon as you
Yeah.
showed it to me, it's Italian. It should have that's the country with the boot. It should be the map on there and it's
Yep,
5%.
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah,
my
okay.
favorite.
Yep,
Shout out to all my family in Italy. You heard? Familiar.
no doubt.
Um,
Yep,
yo,
that's my
Well,
favorite.
you
It
know
was
what's
nice
crazy?
meeting you though, for real.
Yeah, the crazy part is this. In my book bag is Carlos Rossi,
Oh,
Pete
okay.
Sangria. Yeah,
Listen, okay, I drink sangrias. I drink
yeah.
sangrias. Lately,
The best time.
go ahead.
You know what's sad that the harbor is no longer affect it's not operational because they actually had a place where you can go in. It was like a top of place where you can eat small portions of food, but they brewed their own sangria there. You know how you go see the lemonade and all that stuff, and they got it in a dispenser, and you see all
Mm,
the lemons in there. They used to make their own wine in there, yo, and it was inside the harbor pavilion. And once they shut down, I couldn't go there no more. I was mad. You could sit at the table, you order something, they'll bring a picture to you instead of it being a bottle. You can buy a picture of actual wine sitting there, kick it. It was some slick shit,
no, they need
and
to
they
bring
fucked
that
it all
back
up.
because
They
I
fucked
need
it all up. Yo.
my life.
They fucked it all up.
but yeah, yo, my go-to drink, yo, my final answer I'm gonna say is the rum and coke. The rum and coke is dangerous because the caffeine from the
Okay,
Coca-Cola, you know what I mean,
yeah.
and the rum is tequila overrated, yo. Is tequila overrated?
No, but it's not. Cause look, wait a minute. This is one thing that a lot of people don't actually talk about. The Monte Carlo tequila from whatever part of Mexico it's from is the one with the worm in it. And crazy, look, since you be up on Grandma all the time, Stadium Lounge used to have it. It used to be that white. It used to be that bottle with the tequila in front all the time. It's got a red top, and you can see the worm in it. If you sip that and you get down and you share that bottle with some people, and you the one that what I mean, swallow that worm, your career's over. You'll have nights just like how Bug used to have, boy. He
I don't
had some nights, buddy, where
That's some
he
crazy nights.
completely carried on off
I
the gym.
don't
And
know.
as soon as
Yeah,
he smoked, like he always try to Vic a whole blunt to the face when he be drinking like that.
Mm-mm.
And that
but
was his
listen,
problem. I be like, yo, how do you
listen.
can't, yo,
I
look,
don't.
wait a minute, hold on. I gotta go all the way back to Sugar Hill, yo. When he was talking about you
Yeah.
can't win, it's family. You can't win, yo. He tried to
Damn.
marry the bottle with me
Yo,
every
listen, we had
time
some
he
good
went
times,
down.
yo. By the grace of God, yo, we made it here, you know, to be
Yes,
to
we
the
have.
to this veteran status. You know what I mean? Yo, in my opinion, tequila got real hot during COVID because remember during COVID, people couldn't travel to nowhere but to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So a
Yeah.
lot of people was going to Mexico getting turned on.
So
Tequila is nasty. I never tasted
yeah,
tequila
I'm not a
that you
tequila
could
fan.
drink.
Never
Tequila's not
take
even
one.
supposed to be shot. Tequila's not even supposed to be shot. It's not even made
Tequila,
for
there's all the
Well, you
shots.
know what? I can prove both of y'all wrong. The
Tequila's
smoothest
disgusting.
tequila.
I
Hold on,
never
hold on.
tasted.
But the smoothest tequila that you can
Have you?
drink straight
Nah.
is not even an expensive one. It's
Um,
one with a medium price. It's called Montezuma. Remember Uncle Sam, Big Sam from off the block Bugs? He bought me
Yeah.
my first bottle when I turned 29. When I turned 29, he bought me my first bottle, and it looked like it got a whole bunch of colors on it. But now, since they revamped it, it's just in a black and white bottle now. And
mm,
I found
And
it. It's not far. It's on the it's at the bar at Urban Shopping Center. Past that one, the next one before you get to the light where the crab house is.
oh, I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do. It's right there where nephews is, the chicken spot, McDonald's, all of that. That's
Mm-hmm.
Mama and Pop Pop. I know them
Right there,
personally. They're
St.
the
Clair.
coolest ever.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's Mama and
Look,
Pop Pop.
so listen, I've had
Uh-huh.
white henny. That's what I've been drinking lately.
Wait a minute. When back when I was messing with the New York chick, that's when I found that out. That was $50 back then. Now they trying to hijack it. Once they put it in Baltimore, the first time they hit here, they want
Mhm.
$75 for a fifth, and it's
And
not even
because
white. It's light brown.
we
It's light
we've been
brown.
we've been getting
It's
it
light
from
brown. I know what I'm talking about.
been
Light
getting it from
brown.
Walmart.
You
Yeah.
know they got. You know they got white Parmesan now, fool. It's
No.
right up there in Stadium Lounge where you at.
yeah, listen,
Ha 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 ha. Learning a
Dang.
whole lot today, aren't you?
Yeah.
I never drink Parmesan ever again either.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Cause the VSOP, like the regular one, he made the trip with the VSOP, that blue label bottle. Yeah,
Yo,
that was his
Henny is over.
downfall.
Is Henny overrated though? Come on, let's talk about it, yo. That's just black people.
Yes,
We
because
we
remember,
drink the most
Not a
Hennessy in
heavy
the United States.
drinker.
I put you on with Chifonte. That's the smoothest cognac that there is. The cognac
Chiffon, yo,
region.
Charles still keep a bottle of Chiffon
I
in his
know, because
crib, yo, to
we
this
got
day.
him some for his birthday the last couple of years. Me and Gina.
Yeah, Gina was just up
Remember?
here yesterday, yo. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
remember we used to be downtown, and the Chifonte, the half a pint would come in a box like the action figure, and it'd come with a shot glass. We used to be downtown.
Chiffon is nice. Hennessy is overrated. Can we talk about it? Yo, think about it. When you drink Henny, you don't really enjoy
It's
yourself. Like you doing the
yes,
same
you do.
shit you doing. Like if you was
That's
drink
why I
someone
don't really
else.
drink.
Look,
I don't really drink
well, look,
henny. I drink the white
No.
well, look.
henny, but just
Listen
like
to
in
this.
shots.
See, everybody they fixed that into the black culture because Hennessy, there's a cognac region, and it's a whole bunch of different people. Reynald is one. They have Reynald has red cognac. That's above Hennessy. It's red, and like it's hard to find these days because it only comes in a gift box like the Chifonte. It's really red when you pour it out. It's red. It's brownish red. It's not even dark brown. But France is the cognac region. They just made more money off the Hennessy with the endorsements, and they put it in the hood just like how they put drugs here
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, that they fixed it into being a part of our culture. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's why everybody else will say when you buy another cognac, it's probably more expensive than Hennessy or something that's mid range, like when Bugs would talk about the mid grade smoke and all of that other shit. They like, oh, no, it ain't Hennessy. I don't want it. It's fake. No, France is the cognac region. That's where a lot of cognacs come from, France, because a lot of people
I never
haven't
drink E
mastered
and
that
J ever
technique.
again either, yo. I
Yeah,
never
a lot
drink
of
E and
people
J.
haven't mastered the technique of the French people. That's like the Russian people. They supposed to be the best vodka makers. But the crazy part was the Grey Goose people outdid them with the marketing. And because look, there are no places, no dispensaries or distilleries or none of that shit in Germany with Grey Goose or France.
Oh,
Yes, look it up. There are like when you look at
I
those
didn't know
regions,
that.
there yes, now you do. Do the research. They will show on Grey Goose how they cornered the marketing and got all of the celebrities in there to push it and fund it. That's how they start beating out people. And they was winning in the vodka competitions because of their marketing. But
Mm-hmm.
if you go to their country where they say Grey Goose come from,
Mm-hmm.
ain't no place to make it there.
So hold on.
It's made
I got a
somewhere else.
question
And
for you.
Never knew that.
they slapped the stamp on it.
Never knew
I
that.
got a question for you. What's the difference between
Yes, sir.
champagne and sparkling wine? That's a trivia for
Champ,
the day.
well, champagne and sparkling.
Champagne got
The grapes in the process. I would want to
yeah.
say the grapes in the process. Because look, remember they used to have golden champagne. and you had the sparkling champagne, and then there was the
Yo,
extra
the
dry.
golden
There was the
champagne
extra
is
dry.
crazy
Yeah,
times,
but
son.
look, it was the extra. It was the extra
Yo,
dry, which was
this
the
is
champagne.
legendary.
But then
The
they
golden
had the
champagne.
bubbly that was just a sparkling wine. It's the difference in the grapes and
Yo,
how it's distilled
sunset
and
the
processed.
golden champagne.
Yeah.
Yo,
Since you said you try to hit me with some trivia, so I'm gonna just go all the way back to the extra
yo,
dry
this is
virgin and
legendary.
then the other one. So
And
yeah,
you
what?
Uh-huh.
answered the question.
Hmm?
Yo,
I did.
Yeah,
so
you
The
answered the
process and the
question.
grape.
that's your
Yes.
all right. So what do you think that all right? That's your answer. What do you think the difference is? That's wrong though. What do you think the difference is? Nah, that was a good one though. That was a good. That
I
was a
mean,
good one.
I'm just saying that. That's off the top of my head. That's
Don't
the
try
way
to
that I
Google
answer
it
the
real
question.
quick, David.
Well,
Who,
I
me?
mean, well,
No, I'm talking to
look,
nah. I'm talking to nah.
I'm right here. I'm not Googling
All right,
nothing.
look. He
all
just
right.
want to
Go ahead.
find
We
a way.
wait.
He always has to find a way to fuck with me while he got me on here. Because he got me on right. He
Fuck
got me
me
on a
every
live
day
chat,
on
buddy. I'm never on a live chat, not even this long. He's enjoying this. He's gonna find ways to fuck
Yo,
with me. That's my
it's
nephew. I know him.
yo. That's why I said it's perfect trivia because you the original mixologist. Yo, people be claiming to be, you know what I mean, chefs and
Yo,
bartenders and
wait
all
a
that.
minute. You remember when you got me the job at Holiday Inn and I was working and I found out about the laser beam, all of the top shelf lights, all of the top shelf darks. Remember the white lady that used to work at the bar in the atrium? And they only allowed you one laser beam because it's all of the top shelf lights, all of the top shelf darks, and they got to blend the actual fruit punch to make it, and they come in a tin cup, so it
That shit
stays cold
dangerous.
with the ice.
Laser
Yeah,
beam is dangerous. Laser
yeah,
beam
yeah,
is dangerous. Now,
yeah.
what's the answer? Now he bought you some time. What's the answer? The answer is there's absolutely nothing. The only thing is, if the grapes don't originally come from Champagne, France, you can't call it champagne. It's the exact
Well,
same process.
I said it had to be the
Champagne.
difference with the grapes and like the process. That's what my answer was.
He did say that.
Okay,
I
all right,
did.
we'll give you
Well, you
credit.
not
We'll give you
listening.
credit for that. No,
I
listen,
did say that. I'm
the-
telling you.
it's the
You were
but
busy sparking.
it's
That's why
only it's the same process though. That's where you got wrong at the process. So we give you half
Okay,
credit for that. We give you half credit for that.
yeah, because
Yo, yo, who's your favorite producer, yo, of all time? Favorite producer?
Primo, easy.
DJ Premier. DJ
Yeah,
Premier. Who's your favorite producer? Why is he your favorite producer?
cause his original ideas, his sampling quality, how he scratches and mix, it has the Gangstar stamp. Like nobody can't duplicate, imitate it, or none of that other shit.
Uh-huh.
They can't. Everybody who doesn't want a Primo album? Who? Name some people
Did him and Nas
that'll say
finally
no to him.
because him
They're working
Primo,
on the album
yeah.
now. They're working on it. It's coming.
Did Biggie
They're
do his
working on
best
it.
work with DJ Premier? You think Biggie's best songs was with DJ Premier? That's in my
Well,
opinion.
I mean,
You got
I
10
think
Crack Commandments, you got Kicking the Door, you got It's
but,
Unbelievable,
but
Biggie
see,
Smalls.
we can't
You got
really, we
uh
can't really determine to say that because we didn't have enough time with them.
yeah,
We
that was
lost him too early. He would have had a bigger catalog and much more work. Just think about all of the artists that he didn't get to work with. We got blessed with the locks. We got blessed with a lot of people that did collabos with
Jay-Z,
him. But
early
yeah,
Jay-Z,
I
definitely
don't have to go
instrumental.
down that road. We know this. But
Yeah.
just like why I think there's a possibility because I know you was talking about conspiracy theories and all of that other stuff, man. Once Puff found out that Big was trying to get away from him and start the commission and do his own thing, yeah. And I ain't gotta say it. I don't have to. I
I
don't
heard.
have to because like Gene Deal, look at Gene Deal's interviews when he's talking about all of that stuff. The same thing that we
Mhm.
were thinking about. Because if he would have got away from Puff Boy,
He
and
would have been
started
a beast.
yes,
Yo,
he's already a beast
I
alone.
want to revisit the Diddy case real quick, but now who's your favorite producer, yo, of all time?
Off top of my head, JD, Jermaine Dupri.
That's a good one. I can't be
Yeah,
mad
so
at
that's
that.
a
I
good one.
can't be mad
Look,
at that.
listen, and look,
That was I was expecting that, but you
nah,
down
check
south
this
a
out.
little bit. You is from
Nah,
down
check this
south a
out. If
little
we
bit.
if we if we ain't have Jermaine
That's not a
Dupri,
bad one.
we wouldn't have no escape.
We wouldn't
You
have
wouldn't
no
have no
You hear me?
escape.
you
We
wouldn't have
We
no
wouldn't have
Chris
wouldn't have no
Cross.
escape.
the
We
Brent
You wouldn't
wouldn't
have no
have
Williams.
no
Chris.
Brett. And
I
I can go
love
on
the
and
Brent.
on and
I
on. We wouldn't
love.
have. Wait a minute. Remember? So now
Big
y'all was
Usher
talking about
records,
Big.
big Mariah Carey
Yeah,
record.
hold on. But now y'all was talking about Big. Remember? The Brat did a song with Biggie
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
on So Deaf.
He
yeah.
did.
Yeah,
Like
he
I
did a
love
song.
it. So
They
so
have that. They have that collabo.
And the
She
Brat was
got
in
that shit
Biggie
stamped in
videos.
stone.
One More Chance
Mhm.
video and all that. Yo, Jermaine
Yeah, but
Dupri
I
is
mean,
not a
why
bad
why
answer.
you
That
think
was
she was in the
actually a
video?
cool
He
answer. That
did
was
the
a
song
cool
with
answer.
her
That
What
was
you
first.
said I was
wasn't.
gonna
He
say?
he he, he
That
did the
was a cute
song with the
answer.
Brat first. He did the song with the Brat first, and then when One More Chance came out with the remix, that's why she was in the
Mhm.
video because
But you know
he
the
was
funny
already
thing
on her
is,
album before that.
JD didn't want to sign a female rapper, so he didn't want to give Debrat a chance. But she forced her way
Wow!
in there.
Thank God
Yo,
she did that.
She did because she
when
is.
I first when I first heard the So Funktified record on the radio, it was
Mm-hmm.
probably was 92Q or V103, B104 back in the day, whatever it was back then.
Mm-hmm.
Randy
I
Dennis.
thought Jermaine Dupri was the female, and I thought the Brat was the male. Cause I just heard it. I told you we ain't had cable. You feel me? I just heard it on the radio.
Yeah.
So Funktified.
Right.
And if you listen to it now, I'm telling you, go back and listen
Dennis
to it. You be like,
Payne, yeah.
okay, yo,
So who
my
you
favorite.
thought I was gonna say?
Huh? I
Who you
didn't know what
thought
you was gonna say. That's a good one though. That was a good pick. Jermaine Dupri is not a bad pick. Jermaine Dupri is not a bad. It just was like I thought you may have said. Let me see. I thought now. Then again, that is surprising, but that is so you though. That is so you. But if I had to peg who you was gonna pick, I think you was gonna say maybe Pharrell. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Because you're a weirdo. You know what I mean?
I
Sighting up.
Oh
am
my God!
weirdo, but So Deaf was my heart back then.
That was a good answer. My
I
my
love
favorite producer is Timberland though. Timberland the king, because
Timberland
his
was
shit,
dope as fuck.
Timberland shit, his sounds be coming from outer space, bro. Like
Yes, the Timberland
Timberland,
was dope as fuck. He worked with so many artists outside of
Aaliyah,
black
Genuine,
community.
Missy, Nelly Furtado,
Ella
Justin
Furtado, yes.
Timberlake,
Mm-hmm.
Big Hove. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The list goes on. You know what I
Timberland,
mean?
I think, was underrated as well.
No, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
No doubt.
He probably
So
would have been next, but yeah, Jay
yo,
for sure.
yo, what's the deal with this Diddy case, Unc? Yo, what is your thoughts on this Diddy case, yo? You know we grew up in the Puff Daddy era, yo.
Puff Daddy is what we grew up in. This D shit. I
Yo,
don't.
Diddy, yeah, Diddy case.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
I think he done took a
Hey,
break.
Unc, where you at, Unc?
I'm sitting here doing something. I had to sit
Yo,
my phone down
What
for a
is your
second.
thoughts on this Diddy case?
Hey yo, you can you still see me?
yeah, I can
Yeah.
still see. Yeah.
This your custom shit here.
Oh,
Oh, I
that's what's
saw
up.
that.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That dope as
That's
fuck.
dope.
and
That's dope.
it got the truckers back to it. Hold on, it got truckers back, so you see
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
see
okay,
through the
okay.
that's
shit
dope.
or whatever.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
but it's got the black Ravens emblem
I
on it.
like
And
that.
I don't
No,
know if you
Unc,
can
you right
see.
on time. We definitely got to pull it together, yo. Between you and Lady Nasir Boutique, Nasir Customs, as well as shop.wrradio.com. We really got to get on our merch game this year because we're leaving 5 digits on the table easily. We could easily do at least 10 grand a year if everybody pushing, everybody rocking it. And we got to go back to what you was the head of back in the day, which was the original street team. The internet
Street
is
team
cool.
coordinator.
The internet
That's
is
me.
cool.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
the internet is cool.
Yeah,
Mm,
The internet is cute, but we have to go back to everyone having
roots.
you got some pieces with you. You got like
yeah,
you might have a dozen shirts, some sweatsuits, whatever the weather is. You got custom shit though, it's fresh, but people
yeah,
can still go on the site and order it. Like, because on the site we
yeah,
can have hundreds of products, but the shit that y'all actually have, like my vision would be like, say what this is spring, the shit we actually have
yeah,
out the trunk, we'll have the summer collection. So if you go
yeah,
online, you can get the spring collection right now. We still pushing the website because people be bluffing. We hit them with a flyer. They might and respectfully, they might not be ready at the time, but the shit that they catch us with, I would like in my mind when we really get to where we want to get to,
To have
when
that
we
shit
when we
on
get when we get when we get when we get when we get what we want, like was a Wu Tang shit. When we get what we want, the shit that we actually had, like when I pull up, boom, hop out the truck. The shit you got is next season shit. You feel me? When niggas see Unc, niggas see Unc all over the
the
globe,
Oh,
the
I'm gonna put
stir.
it together. I'm be
The
running
next
around in it,
when niggas see Greg
all in it.
Bugsy, like when
right.
we act the shit you actually like the shit we posting on the Instagram, me and Nah, because we on the social media. But Unc,
Yeah,
I really would like you to spearhead making sure everybody has that work. Like we treat it like the track, like make sure everybody had the next season stuff. Like
Mm,
yeah,
you and I getting together along with me, and we working on the summer shit. And that's the
mhm,
shit we actually got. Like if you catch us, you'll be able to get the exclusive. But if you're
mhm.
not able to grab right now, you can go on LadyNasirBoutique.com. You can go on shop.wfradio.com
Mm-hmm.
and get it that way whenever you're ready. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to see a bigger selection, because we may only have, you may only catch me. I may have only 4 pieces left on me on some
Yeah.
gallery shit, like the shit you catch me, but they all going $200 for the sweatsuit. You feel me? Good Ret Fan vintage velour. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want you to help me with too, yo. We may have to go take a
Okay.
trip to New York.
Not a problem. I mean,
Or
all we gotta
I
do is
want to
stay
bring
in
up. Remember the
contact and
velour sweatsuits? Remember the Sean John Fat Farm, the Rockaway velour sweatsuit?
yeah.
Like you remember the Sean John?
But you used look when it
Like I
when
just
this
want to
fool
straight copy the Sean John sweatshirt and put the W. You feel me?
he is funny.
Flat out, like bring it back to that energy. You feel me? No Diddy.
Look, when this fool he was going to city. Man, when
Yo, I used to be
like
rocking
I said,
him and
when
Charles.
we
I used
used
to
to
be rocking all they shit. Yo, I'm
when
gonna keep
we
it real.
threw this
That's why I
fool
got
in the
voted
closet,
best
yo.
dress up there. Like, yo,
Yo,
niggas ain't know I
look,
had the cheat code. Yo,
he was the
I be
one
wearing
that
all
had
they shit. I like
every type of tin we
fucking
had. He
them up,
was
yo.
wearing it. He was going to
Wearing
city,
all
and they
they
used to be
shit. Yo, I
looking at
was
him
so
like, how
fresh,
the
yo.
hell?
Like, how the fuck, yo?
Yep,
Like.
sure
Yo, with
enough.
the cheat code, yo, niggas they understand. Niggas be like, yo, how the
Yeah,
fuck you
because look,
so fresh? 'Cause I had my own
he was
shit.
running
I had
around.
my own freshness, but they'll have shit. Nigga had a Kevin Johnson's on. Nigga come through. How the fuck you got
Yeah,
that?
all that
Nigga
crazy
come
stuff.
through.
He
I'm gonna
had
tell you.
look,
Oh, listen. Let's talk
he
about it. We
was
gonna
the
talk.
only person
Yeah.
that could wear any of our clothes, y'all. Like he was, matter of fact, he was out running around in city in the Wu Tang era when we had the Wu Tang coats, like
Who
the
where?
first
Remember
down
Wu
Wu
Where
Tang coats.
came
We had
out?
all of that.
Yo,
Damn.
Yeah, like the Wu Tang had a bubble, like a first down bubble with that big W. We had all of that. Seriously, every polo shirt that there was. Matter of fact, he even had the structure shirts. He had them.
yo, structure. Niggas
Yeah,
ain't know about
structure shirts,
structure.
polo
Eddie
shirts,
Bauer.
everything.
Yo, the Eddie
Yeah, he had
Bauer
all of that.
shit. Come on, yo, the Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh
Pretty
my
much.
god, yo, because think
He
about
go to
this.
school.
This is why I got this
That's why he
from.
be crawling all over
Like
him. Yo,
you
he
see
go
how
to
you say
school
he
with
had
all
90
yo.
hats? Yo,
They'll never know.
them
They
niggas that
ain't
have
never know none of that.
120 shirts. Like you go over their house, like see, that's why I started building my collection at. Because them niggas that like you go over their house, you be like this for days. Like think about you a little nigga, and you feel me, you go over your uncle house, you go over your cousin house, you feel me, and them niggas really having that shit.
He used
Like
to be looking
you
in the
like this for
closet
days. Like I'm talking
crazy.
about that shit like 30 minutes. You like this. Nautica with the big ass boat. I'm talking about before they changed the
Pretty
boat. That's what
much.
Nautica fucked up when they came up with that little
Yeah.
bony ass boat,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
When the
Seriously.
Nautica
You
had the
definitely right
sail
about that.
open, like yo, the
Yeah,
Tommy Hilfiger shit,
yeah.
motherfucker Feli sweatsuit. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
I
he
fucked
had
up one Easter. Yo, one Easter I
he,
fucked up though because I had the
he had
Feli
the
sweatsuit with the
velours and
Dior's
all of
on
that,
the
yo.
red and gold and
Like them
white
velour
Dior.
sweatsuits. He
I
had
had
all
the
of that stuff.
Nikes with the Feli sweatsuit on with the Feli visor. Remember the Feli visor? You
He
could
ain't
rip the
care.
shit off.
Yeah, when you can take the strap off. Yeah, you can take the visor off, unstrap it. Yeah.
Damn.
Yo,
Yes,
the
sir.
Feli,
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm getting the
we are
Feli visor
super
this summer,
throwback.
yo, with the Feli slides. I'm getting the Feli visor with the Feli slides this summer. That's
Yeah,
on
pretty
mine.
much.
This summer, watch. You can flip it upside down. Remember, these are flip the
The
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Just like the fitted hat. Just like the
yo,
fitted hat.
no, the Feli visor, yo, with the Feli
She shaking her
slides.
head too funny.
Yo,
Lord.
listen. But so listen, nah, what's your favorite clothing line though of all time? Like,
My
give
favorite
me
clothing line.
yeah, your favorite brand, like your favorite brand. You can pick one luxury and one like urban. Like you might say like Balenciaga and you know what I mean,
Um,
Fat Farm or Baby Fat or something. Like, what's your favorite? Like, give me one of each, like one luxury line and one urban like line.
Oh shit. That's
I,
easy for me.
yeah, I
That's
don't know. I
easy for
gotta
me.
think about that.
Yeah, I think about we gonna come back to you.
I gotta
Go ahead.
think about
Go ahead.
that.
What's your
Wait, man, give me a sec.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you
Wait
my
a minute.
favorite. Sean John was the shit though. I can't front on Sean John. No Diddy catch me
Well,
live. Sean John
for
made it
me,
when they came in. Their t-shirts was slicking in the sweatsuits, the hats.
Yeah.
Sean John was the time, but I ain't gonna say that's my favorite. But I'm just saying, shout out to Sean John shit. I'm thinking
well,
though.
I tell you, it's easy for me.
Mhm.
And it's just one brand. It ain't even two. And that's Averex. Because remember, I was running around with the Averex boots. I had
Averex,
those.
yeah, Averex still.
I had the leather, that and Pelly Pel, them two. And
Alright.
like
Averex and
still to
Pelly
this
Pel.
day, they are relevant. They are
Yeah,
relevant to
Pelly
this
Pel.
day.
The
And look, we used
Averex.
to wear
Averex.
when we wear big clothes, still to this day, I still got the Pelly Pel jeans, and they probably a size
No,
38.
you
They
was
still in the
ahead of your
closet.
time. Listen, I'm glad you
They still in the
said that.
closet. We wear the big clothes, yeah.
No, because I used to be getting on yo when the big clothes went out of style. Hey,
Hell
nah,
yeah.
listen, we going to the function, we out in the street. I'm
I
like,
ain't
yo,
care.
listen, you don't want. He like, I ain't wearing that skinny shit. Niggas was wearing, you
Hell
feel me, little t-shirts, regular
I remember
European.
that was back.
Yo,
That was back in the day when you had the what is it, the D4L boys and all them was wearing the really big shits.
no, but
Yeah,
listen,
but
Unc, but
let me tell you
still,
the funny what
Unc
really.
never changed. That shit
Let
came
me, t-
back
let me
though,
tell
Unc.
you. Let
That
me
shit
tell you
came
how
back, Unc.
funny this is.
You was ahead of your
When I was
time.
downtown,
Cause he
when I
never
was downtown
changed his
running
G, still
around,
was wearing the big shit. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
you know what? That nigga,
look,
you was
when
ahead of
I
your
was
time. I ain't think
downtown
that
and I
shit was
seen them
coming back.
stupid
I
dummies.
ain't think that shit was coming back.
They had the oversized t-shirts on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know they slaying that little weed stuff downtown. So the sad part was this: I had just walked across the street from Lexington Mark, and the dude had, you know, they had the 5XTs and all of that. When
Mm-hmm.
the police had been watching them, so when the police they watched him do the hand to hand, said when Yo went up to run, his knee went straight up in the shirt. He fell flat on his face, bust all his shit open. They tackled him. Yeah, that was
What?
had to be the funniest. Yeah, he had on a 5XT. And when he went to go, when they ran up on him, he went to go run. His leg went up and shit went up in the shirt. He
I
went
never
down.
I
Wow.
never understood and got
Funny,
the big clothes
funny
era.
shit. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, well, see, the only thing that was oversized with me is my jeans, because
When did
I
shit
used to
start
have
getting
on,
baggy? Yeah, because
and,
that was like I
huh?
just grew up.
Yeah, it was just
When
jeans
this
for me.
shit
It
was
wasn't
in the
no, I
80s,
wasn't wearing no big shirts
LL
or
when them,
nothing.
you know, them niggas Run DMC, them niggas was wearing leads, the tight leads with the Adidas. When did shit start getting really baggier than ever? Was it like a rebellion type of hip hop thing, like
I would say,
or skaters? I know
to be
skaters
honest.
started wearing the big shit
Yeah, I
so they
know,
can
but
have more
yeah,
jeans.
they always had the skaters had the big pants. But to be honest, like when really big clothes, like oversized sweatsuits and all that stuff, that had to be anywhere from 95 to 97.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
95 to 97. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I went to the Job Corps in 94, and I stayed down there 2 years, and I came back in 96.
Hmm.
So between 95 and 97, yeah, that's when that people wearing three. They probably wear a 1X, but they got 3X whole sweatsuit or some crazy. Then they shorts. They shorts they would probably have on a size 40. They doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But a lot of people that was wearing the bigger clothes, they would be having the big strap in there, like a revolver or something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ride around the bike. Yeah, they be having the straps in there. So, and but you know what's crazy? We the only since we from Baltimore, we was the only people that wore the sweatpants, and we wore a pair of jean shorts over top with some Tims.
You
Because look,
know,
Yeah,
our sweatpants ain't had no pockets. Our sweatpants
that's
ain't had
a
no pockets, so we wore the shorts on the outside to have everything in our pockets.
I can see that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah,
seriously, that really was happening for real.
I believe it.
Mhm.
So I think my clothing line from back in the day was damn, I just had Kamora Lee Simmons,
Yeah,
hers,
uh
baby fat,
baby
baby
fat.
fat, baby
yeah,
fat.
big
Yeah,
fact.
My favorite
baby.
baby.
Because wait a minute, Nelly tried to chase after her when he
Yeah,
came out
he
with
did
apple
apple
bottoms.
bottom jeans. I had a pair of
Yeah,
those.
apple bottom jeans. Yeah. Mhm.
Apple
Wait a
bottoms
minute.
had the
So
came
since
in
you
a
want to go back that far, I'm surprised you ain't say nothing about Parasuco
when
jeans.
Persico jeans was a
I
little bit
never had a pair.
You
for
never, but
real.
you remember them though, right?
Yeah, I
Remember, but I
remember.
never had a pair.
No,
Yeah,
listen.
never had a pair.
Yo, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you a messed up story, yo.
Uh-oh.
Yo, I was at. You remember this? You remember this? You remember this story? You because you want to bring up
Uh-oh.
messed up stories on Greg Bugsy show episode 1. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
God.
You know what I mean? It was this chick. You feel me? I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? And like, right, it was around like I was messing with her, whatever. You know what I mean? And it was towards the end of the school year, like, and she had asked me like for a pair of DKNY sneakers. You feel me? Remember them
Uh-oh.
joints
I
came
remember
out in
those.
'96? Yo,
I
the
Yeah,
remember.
DKNY,
I remember.
yo, the DK. She had asked me for them joints. You feel me? So I was just a young player, like I was just jumping off the porch for real. Like I really wasn't tricking even back then. I wasn't raised like that. My uncles and them ain't raised me to do a whole lot of tricking. Like, you know, we might go half. You feel me? Them bitches was like 2 something back then. It was a lot of money back then. You can Google that. It's probably 6 something these right now type shit. So boom. I'm like, listen, like, we could go with half. She like, all right, boom. So then, like 2 weeks later, she told me she tried to hit me, ask me for some abortion money. You feel me? So I'm like, I was the whole time thinking like she tried to get me for the DIY. Look at this shit was around the same price. Like I'm high back then. I'm like, yo, I still to this day, I wish I could hire a private investigator, yo, to find out like that shit. Like, yo, you feel me?
Wait a
Like,
minute.
oh, they got the
You only wait a minute.
DKNY sneakers,
I'm
yo,
not going
like.
I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you can only be talking about one person.
Well, her name was Courtney. No, it wasn't Ted. You probably was thinking about Ted.
Okay, I was about to
No,
say,
Ted
well,
ain't play them type games.
she
No,
was
Ted wouldn't. I
Victoria.
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
She was Victoria.
Ted was like one of my first loves though. Yo, that's funny, yo. You funny
Now you know
motherfucker.
what's crazy,
But
yo. Now you know what's crazy.
no, Courtney.
Just
It was
about
Courtney, yo. Courtney
with
from
all with all.
I didn't even mean to put her
Uh,
name out there like that. Damn.
oh my God,
But
with all of the
yeah, see,
chicks
you
that
should have
Bugsy
seen. Yo, that
be
was your
messing
trip.
with.
Yo gave me the third degree right there. Go ahead.
I said with all the chicks he used to be messing with. The crazy part is when he was running around with some of them, and the crazy part was when he fooled with white people, whatever. I was actually there for a whole lot of moments with this fool running around with these
No,
people, yo.
listen. He was with me when I met
Crazy,
Victoria. Hey, nah, he was with me when I
crazy,
met
yo.
the girl's mother. When I met Victoria, it was you feel me? It was like
Oh
I
was
was there.
with me.
shit.
Yeah, when I
I was
met.
there. We was on a 36 bus, yo. We was on a
Yeah.
36 bus. I
No, we
remember
was
we
on the
had.
22. We was on the
No,
22.
we
We
was on a
transferred.
36.
I promise you. Word to my mother.
You
Word to my
met you
mother.
met her on
I,
the 36, yo.
how you gonna tell me
This
yo,
wait, this one
where
cause
I met my
we got
kids? My
off.
bad. Listen, we were on the number
Oh,
22 bus because
hold
I'm
on,
gonna tell
what?
you because where does she live at? She lived over there by Urban Shopping Center. So
Oh, you're right.
we
The
were
transfer. You are right. You are. You are right. You are right. I had to think about that.
they gonna
You are
tell
right.
me.
Well, now they're the orange bus, blue bus, and all this shit
Yeah.
now.
And you know where all of that came from?
Yeah, they
Mm.
changed all that shit. I don't even know what's what
Guess
now.
where the system came from?
Where it come from?
The system came from New York.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
they
the colors, and the numbers came from New York.
this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense at all.
They
That's
should have just
crazy.
left everything alone. It was fine the way it was.
Exactly. If you don't, it
And
wasn't
look, they
broke.
cut off. You notice they starting to cut off more and more bus stops to make it harder and harder for you. Like it could
To
be
catch
three
the
bus
bus.
stops in one. They're gonna cut the one out the middle. That could be the one that you can probably be in
It
front of
should
your
really,
house or something. And
yo,
they just take it out the middle
yeah,
and make you have to walk from one end to another end. And then they got all of these stops as to where it don't stop here. You don't know that, and then you got to go past somewhere, and they go all the way around
that's what I'm
another way
saying.
to get
They're
out.
getting pettier because I see people standing on the bus stop and the motherfuckers just
Mhm.
ride right past them.
Yeah, and because they don't know it's not a bus stop. Yeah. Yeah, but they look, they ain't even take the sign down. They want you to stand out there to hit you with the fuckery.
Looking crazy, yeah.
Hit you
The
with the
Wow.
fuck.
fuckery. It's the fuckery.
I'm glad
Uh-huh.
I
A
drive.
bomber clock fuckery.
That's from Shadows when he's like he's like you
I
come
know.
over here
I
to the
love
island.
that movie though. I ain't gonna
It's
lie.
like
I love Shadow.
nonsense drugs,
So what about Baltimore
extortion,
saving Nike, yeah?
huh?
What shoe? How did Baltimore save Nike? With the sale
I
of
have
what
no
shoe?
idea.
The
I
sale
don't
of
know.
what
You tell
shoe?
me.
I don't know about that either.
I don't know.
The Air Force One. The
How about
sale
you
of
enlighten us?
the sale of the Air Force One single-handedly saved Nike. This was before
Well,
Jordan.
you know what? That's funny because in New York they call when I was up there running
In New York,
around
they
with other
call them
people, they call
uptowns.
them uptowns. I'm like, what? I was like, you got to pay uptowns. What are you talking about? Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
Air
Yeah.
Force Ones. Baltimore saved Nike. Y'all can Google that. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
yo, it's crazy, yo. This is how the planets line up, yo. This is how God is real. So I had on the docket today, right? Because when we spoke about the Fat Joe and the Jadakiss podcast, right?
Mhm.
And they've been getting a lot of mixed reviews. Some people have been saying that the chemistry. I like to see the natural. I've been doing this for 13 years in the media business, so I like to see them naturally grow and have it be a little rough, and the chemistry. But these are two legendary MCs of mine. But I have the question for both of y'all: does podcasting hurt your mystique? Since we got Mr. Mysterious himself here, and he's not nowhere on social media, but you do watch podcasts, right? What's your favorite podcast? Or
Drink
your favorite
champs.
Drink Champs is your favorite. That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
because yeah,
No,
man.
I'm a diehard CNN fan, boy.
Yes.
And they didn't have everybody when they first was starting out. X was still alive. They had him on there. I was pumped, boy. Love the dog.
Yeah,
Love the
rest in
dog.
peace. Rest in
Like
peace to
every
DMX.
time we seen that fool over
DMX.
West,
Rest in peace
we
to
was in the
DMX.
city when that fool jumped out the car, boy.
Yeah.
Gee. Okay.
Sharing drinks and all of that, yo. Yeah, yeah. The dog
Yeah,
was
DMX
real.
was
He came
definitely
to
heavy in
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Shout out to my dogs in Baltimore and
Oh,
shit. He
yeah.
definitely said
Okay.
Baltimore a lot of songs. So um so do you think podcasting hurts your mystique? It didn't hurt Nori's mystique. In that case, it worked out. But do you think like certain people you may have seen, like, damn, I didn't look at this person like this. I was a fan the whole time, but now that they came out with a podcast,
Not really because like when you go on stuff like that, like when I'm here right now talking to you, I just be myself. But a certain series of questions, man, could crash and burn because once you on the podcast and it's aired, you can't go back and change it. So you just gotta be
Mhm.
mindful of what you say, and you also gotta be mindful of the questions that other people were asking. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's like if you want to decline, you can decline. If you don't want to say, you just try to make sure you don't say nothing fucked about your mouth. And then if you want to drink champs and you get loaded, if you ain't mastered your high, you ain't got your cheat, buddy, you can slip up.
That's
But I
true.
won't have that problem, so it doesn't matter.
That's
Y-
true.
Yeah, so I think it's a mixed review. You feel me? Like again, if you just being yourself, the energy and the vibrations will see through. That's the evolution of humans. You know what I'm saying? We can see the
Yeah.
vibes and stuff. Whereas those certain people who I may say may have hurt their mystique. I think let me think. I can't really think of nobody that like by them doing a podcast, it made me look at them differently. If anything, it gave me more introspect into them as a person.
Yeah.
Like,
More
Yeah.
and
insight. Like,
that's a part of the 48 laws of power too. Is that if you don't have no flaws, you know what I mean. To appear, you don't want to appear flawless. You feel me?
mm-hmm.
Well,
That's a
this not Mortal Kombat. So
I
yo.
love Mortal Kombat.
flawless victory. Yeah, it's not Mortal
Yo, why do
Kombat.
all the yo? I feel like the females like Mortal Kombat more than Street Fighter. Yo, why? What
Well,
happened
so
there?
wait
Yo?
a minute. Wait a minute. Ho ho ho.
Y'all like all the
Like
blood and the like.
that's the
What's
one.
wrong with Street
That's what
Fighter?
it is.
Why did women like Street Fighter more? I mean,
Well,
Mortal Kombat
I
more than
mean,
Street Fighter.
to me, I'm a fighting game fan. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That I love that, and being honest about something. That's one of the things that I miss about Mistress Doom because we used to be battling, boy. We would create our own characters and we'd be battling, when we was
That's
a
two
couple
times he
stuff like
mentioned
that.
that on this episode. You
Yeah,
notice that
it
now?
showed up. I'm gonna be real.
So
Like,
now
what
I
am I
mentioned
supposed
her
to do?
ex
I
husband
do.
one time, and he
Yeah,
mentioned his ex wife twice. We keep it
Oh my
K.
yeah,
god.
And
exactly.
I
Well,
listen.
we
You
had
mentioned
we had a
your
lot of
ex.
history.
Well,
But
she's
listen,
not your ex, but
They ain't two different people. They two different people.
it's not about me. This is not the Greg Bugsy show right now. Y'all
yeah.
taking this Greg Bugsy show too. You said, listen, he put me on Front Street. You throwing me out there.
Look,
I need to change
we
this
just having
title right
fun because
here,
we
yo.
all
This
Yeah,
title up here.
together.
I need to change
we
this
having
shit.
fun because we all together, and
Yo,
we really appreciate the conversation that we having. Because look, we've been on here for look.
2 hours.
If I ain't start, if I didn't start to see the comments and y'all was live, we've been on here for 2 hours and counting. And
it's
Mm-hmm.
the
I wasn't even
butterfly
supposed
effect,
to.
yo. You
You
changed the
understand?
whole
But I mean,
universe and
I
trajectory.
wasn't even
It's
supposed to be
full
doing
circle. You
none of
feel
this.
me?
But
This is
but because
royalty.
it
This is
was
really
you and her on
WRF
here, that's
fan
why
royalty
I
right
tuned
here on
in.
this show. You feel
Mm-hmm.
But
me?
that's why I tuned in because it was you and her on here. That's why I tuned in. I already seen, nephew status. Now you on here with your people, so we throwing the big ups to y'all. You know what I mean? And we supporting the whole movement, like which I've always done with you. So as many people as you pull in,
You were
this how
fighting,
it's
yo.
gonna be.
Remember Soul
So
Calibur, yo.
I'm
Soul
always just
Calibur,
yeah. That I'm
Tekken.
still
Dope. That's dope.
yeah. That Soul Calibur is my favorite. Like like I like Mortal Kombat as well, but Soul Calibur my favorite. And the crazy part, he was saying that chicks like certain things or whatever the case may be. I always use a dude, but I always find that one chick that can just fuck everybody up. Yeah, and like the crazy part is with Soul Calibur, what made me a fan of that was when you can make your own character. Then after part four, you can make a black person. You can make yourself like you can make after
That's
that. That was it for
that's
me. Because and
monumental.
then
That's
once you
monumental in video
yeah,
gaming
yeah.
history right there.
And I was still with the same person that I was discussing, when we had them battles. And
It's the
we,
third.
I mean, we made the black people, made a light skinned person, made a dark skinned person. And then once you got to a certain level, you had to unlock somebody because they had a skin shade that you had to unlock where somebody is dark skinned but they look shiny like somebody dipped a Hershey bar into some oil. That was the
Yo,
craziest shit
you know the
and
crazy
I
thing
had
though,
to
yo.
fight. I had to fight 150 matches without losing to get that shit,
Yo,
and I done it on ultra hard. There's no level
you know the
past
crazy
ultra
thing
hard
though
on Soul
about you
Calibur.
and Mystique though. You and Mystique, yo, on J. The crazy thing is she grew up, yo, in my hood. Like, my hood and his hood, it's probably like 10 minutes away. You feel me? Like Gorsuch Avenue,
It's
Independence,
still all
GI.
it still's on their team, so it don't matter.
But it was like I need to write a movie about y'all though. Like so what was y'all? Why did y'all break up, yo? We discussed
No, no,
Wait
no,
a
why
minute.
not
no,
husband left her.
no,
We
no, no.
discussed
But
why not husband left
no,
her
no.
earlier.
Time out. First of all, he ain't leave me. Let's start there. Time out. Let me, cause I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. Okay, But
Okay.
you gotta realize that I have a house full of boys. So
Mhm.
Oh.
Mortal Kombat is kind of what was the like our family game night type thing. But
Hmm.
I enjoyed watching them play Saint Row as well.
Okay.
Saint Bro.
I
Okay.
understand.
Okay. Okay.
But
But shit, as far as
I really enjoy it, like and I they played the all the other games and stuff too. But Mortal Kombat was my favorite.
yeah, I'm a Scorpion fan. I
They
would
are
like
Scorpion
one.
fans
Look, look. As Halloween, yo, I scared the shit out of some people because I went and found them clear contacts, yo. When if I wear clothes, he knows I'm gonna put the whole thing on. I had the sword on my back. I went out and found a construction rope,
too.
and I went out and found that harpoon. I was walking around with it. I found a
Oh
piece of
my
rubber to put around it
Yeah,
because it
they
was
don't
sharp.
really hit somebody with the get over
Yeah,
here. It's
god!
crazy.
yeah, it
I
was really sharp. So I found a piece of rubber to put around it. I had a real ninja sword on me and all of that. The Wakasashi, the one he had behind, and I found the clear contacts. I had the hood, the mask over my
yeah,
face, but I put the clear contacts in there because his eyes look, you know how his eyes look like it ain't
yeah,
no pupils there. So I
yeah.
found the white clear contacts Method Man used to have when he was in his videos. I found those at the store on Greenmount. The Raven store had the clear contacts. Yeah, yeah, I sure did say that.
I cannot. Hey yo,
Yeah, I sure did.
I
Look,
was
look, Jay used to be the store owner. It was him and his brother up there running around. I was running around with them too because I was the only person that could walk in there and get Newports. Like let's just say like you my homegirl, you smoke, but you ain't had none, and you ain't had nobody. I can run up in there and get a couple of packs for you on that day, and I'll pay him back like a couple of days later.
you know
Yeah,
I
I
think
was
Oh,
in there with the
credit. You
store
had
people.
credit. You definitely had credit
Yeah,
with all the.
all over the
I
place,
got
Yo,
no
credit
matter where
right
I went.
see,
now
Street
on that.
Fighter to me, I'm at to go Street Fighter though because Street Fighter was legendary with each character. Like
Yeah,
Blanca, you
but
feel
it's
me?
the same with
Like
Mortal
yeah,
Kombat.
Chun Li. Mortal
Yeah,
So
Kombat.
if you
I think the girls like Mortal Kombat more because you could press anything and almost win. Like the girls, they don't be really
I mean, but
respectfully,
I
that ain't true.
listen.
respectfully, yo,
My
respectfully.
That
favorite
ain't that ain't
character
it,
was
look, Mortal
Jax.
Kombat is eat.
You
Oh, wait
like
a minute,
Jax?
hold on.
Your
Now you
favorite
know what's
character was
crazy?
Jax?
Look,
Okay,
look, look,
okay,
look how much we
okay,
got in common. She said that.
okay.
Now, this is crazy. Look how much we got in common. You said you like Jax, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now remember when they came out with the Mortal Kombat where his daughter was on there, Jackie Briggs. She
Briggs.
got the machine gun on
Mm-hmm.
her arm. That is my favorite. I had
Okay, you
never
know your
lost
thing.
with
All right, now, all right,
Jackie
now.
I
Briggs. I've never
listen.
lost. I played
Oh,
tournaments with Jackie
I got
Briggs and
these
ain't lose.
yes, Jackie was
Yeah,
the shit
and ain't
though. I
lose.
ain't gonna lie.
Cause
Jackie
she
was
can
the
look. She can if you she can shoot the. I always use the auto because a lot of people use the rockets, but
shit.
when you use the auto, the Gatling gun that she got on her arm, you can
Mm-hmm.
shoot people away at a far distance. If they jump up in the air, you can press the button and shoot the rocket so you can catch them and then go into the combo and still keep shooting them so they
Yes,
can't hit the ground.
yes.
Yeah,
And you
and
know
then
who
use
else
her
I
hands
like?
and feet.
I like the other one. I can't think of the name. The one he used to shoot down and then shoot back up.
Kung Lao.
No,
That's Kung
not,
Lao. You
not
said
Kung.
go down in the ground. Who
No,
else?
it's another one.
Raven.
You know, he used to sit in
She
his
said
little
shoot
chair.
down.
He used to sit in his chair, and then he would like his shadow or somebody would go down and beat the shit out the guy and then bring him back up. What the fuck was their name?
Noob Sabat.
Was
The
it
dude
new?
all black. Because it's him and Smoke mixed.
Yeah,
Him and Smoke was
yeah.
a mix.
I love
Yes.
Smoke. Smoke was a
Yeah, him
beast,
and Smoke was a
and
mix.
White Wolf
Because I
was
mean,
cool.
it's only certain games that they got them as the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Like with both of them, you can go in and out with the combos. Yes, that is what you're
Zendaya
talking
was
about.
cool, but Zendaya was cool. She was alright, but I ain't. It is what it
Girls wise, like the slickest chick is the first black chick on Mortal Kombat, which was Jade.
is. Yeah,
Jade, yeah, I remember
yeah,
Jade.
yeah.
Jade is the first black chick. You had to
Yeah.
when you played the arcade, you had to press a certain button with the uppercut, and then she come out. But
Mm-hmm.
once they start making the console, you can unlock her to use her as a fighter. She was the first black chick 'cause she had on green. She
Yep.
threw that star. She
I
had the
remember
staff,
that.
tear
I
your ass
remember
up with legs and
that.
feet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
And
sir.
don't think I'm just the average chick, cause
No, I'm
I,
impressed.
I can
I'm
see that you're
impressed.
not.
I'm impressed. I'm
I can
that's,
impressed.
see that you're not.
I got a house full of boys, so I have to be on my A game.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
give it a plus then. So you got the A plus then. Remember that was a dude used to rap. A plus used to be
Hey
a
yo,
rapper.
that shit crazy.
Thank you.
A plus used to
Hey
be a
yo,
rapper.
Take it.
that's the illest shit, yo. That's a real ref fam shit right there, yo. That's some real ref fam shit right there. Yo said, yo. Shorty said she on A game, yo. He said we'll give it a plus then, yo. That's a real, yo. Listen, That shit.
A
So
plus,
yo,
A Google A plus. He's actually an artist back in the
so why
day.
did y'all break up, yo? We talked to Nah
Oh
earlier, yo.
Lord.
So
But
yo,
like I
why
said,
did you
to
why did
me,
you and
I'm not
Mystique
going.
break
To
up?
me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not going to expose that type of information out here like that. That
Okay.
like I said, it is where it is. Shout out to Mistress Doom and
When the last
her
time you seen
family,
her?
but I
When the
ain't
last
doing that.
time you seen her? When the last time you seen?
I've seen everybody else, but I've yet to bump into her since the last day we ever saw each other.
That's crazy. And y'all live right up the street from each other?
I well, look,
He
maybe you know what I'm
he
saying.
visit. You
Maybe that's the way God working. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, shout out and respect to her, and hopefully she's winning in life and doing everything she need to do.
he
But
said he
like I
wasn't
said,
busy half
gracefully, I'm on some grown man real shit,
the
and that's
time.
how
Right.
it's always gonna be with anybody I ever rock with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Right.
gonna say nothing bad about him and none of that shit.
So that's when you
That's
know when
not
a
that.
nigga fucked up. That's when a nigga the fuck, because if it was her fault, a nigga put her ass out there. Man, that bitch.
Not
Man,
I
always.
still wouldn't be down the internet.
Not
I
always.
wouldn't do that.
right.
Everybody
You
ain't the
see, you're
same.
not the right person for the why y'all break up game, yo. That's Mr.
No, but I
Mysterious
mean,
stuff.
no,
We said that's
everybody
what
is
this is
not the
good
same. I'm
episode
gonna keep
one right here because
everything
he
respectfully.
everybody else going
I'm gonna keep
forward.
everything respectful, and I would still say that whether I was on here or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's part of who I am as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Right.
mean? I look, this the Wizard of Oz, but I'm not the man behind the curtain. I'm really standing on business of where I'm at and who I am.
Yeah.
So that's the end of that. That's real. Won't be able to spin the block on me with no dumb shit. Rather just be honest and real.
No, that's real, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. You feel me?
It. I love it. Yo, so
Yo.
real quick, he said, "What do you think about the Diddy case?"
Well,
Oh
if he
yeah,
was
man.
in the business, if he would have invested in the baby, or he wouldn't be in court. He invested in everything else.
Yo, the Ciroc baby oil is crazy, yo. The Ciroc baby oil with a little bit of vodka in that joint.
Look,
Listen,
like I said, shout outs to that man. Much respect to him, and hopefully, everything works out. But I'm not gonna comment on none of that because I'm glad that I'm not in that situation.
Mm.
So I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna keep it respectful and shit because they tell you to be respectful, drink responsibly. So I'm just
yeah,
follow what the commercial be
I'm just
saying.
gonna stay
yo,
tuned.
he did used to be saying it on a Ciroc commercial. Yo, crazy. That nigga was yo ain't do. Go ahead now.
I just said I'm just gonna stay tuned in and see what happens.
My thing is this.
Yeah,
It's not a racketeering case. A racketeering they racketeering case is for that came out back in the 70s and 80s as a way to bring out the mobsters. You feel me? Like
yeah.
if you
The way
had
to break down the
that's a
organization.
large criminal enterprise that you are facilitating through legal means, basically.
Hmm.
Now they have one victim so far, which is Cassie. Now I know Shorty Dawn
No,
Richard.
they have so many, but
I
she's the
haven't
only
seen
one that is very known. The
so
ones like the one guy, the producer guy that said he worked with him and never got paid, they dismissed his case.
see all that is civil cases. That's a different thing. This is a federal. This is why I think he's gonna beat the racketeering case. I think
Hmm.
he's gonna beat the racketeering case. You know what I'm saying? Um, because he's not on trial for domestic violence. If he was, he'd be guilty because we seen the video of him beating Cassidy up. That's now I can't endorse that at all. If this was, if he was on trial for soliciting a prostitute, which apparently they solicited male prostitutes or some crazy shit, he would be guilty. If this was even human trafficking, he was taking Cassidy to different states and having her sleep with men. You'd be. But this is a federal racketeering charge. You feel me? That's reserved for, like, say for instance, if he was using Bad Boy, the whole label, and he had a fleet of prostitutes, it was like 10 Cassies. If he had 10 Cassies,
Kind of
that's a
like R.
mo-
Kelly.
that's a monster. Now R. Kelly was different because that's a minor too. So
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
people low key giving R. Kelly a pass. That's the next question. You feel me? Could did he come back? Like, say, did he do a, at the most he might do? You see how Young Thug came home. Young Thug, he was at a Rico too, but
Yeah, but I
it
don't
was a
feel
state
like
breaker.
that Diddy would be Diddy again, like at the level he's at now.
What if
Once
he writing? What if Diddy actually learn how to act? Because other people wrote his raps. What if yo actually come home nice as shit? Yo in the tombs in
So
Brooklyn,
remember
nigga.
when he said,
If I'd have
remember
asked you
when he
20
said,
years ago, yo, if Puff Daddy would have been locked up in the tombs in Brooklyn, That's like being in central booking in Baltimore. You feel me? Like, but like Diddy, Puff Daddy, yo, is in it. He probably come home gangster real brolic. Like, what if Diddy come home on some real? You
I don't
feel me?
think that people gonna respect him and take him serious like they did, like they used to.
Well, look,
Listen,
remember when he said, I can't remember whose song it was on, but he said that, man, I don't gotta write songs because I write checks. He was talking about that, so
Bad
that
boys
that
for life. Don't
obviously
I
put
worry
it
remember
if
out
I
there
write
where,
rhymes.
you know what I'm saying. If he wanted to, write,
But what
if
if
he
all
wanted
these
to
years though
have a
Diddy was
verse on
actually
something,
nice?
he could
What
just
if
get
Diddy was
somebody to
actually
write it for
nice?
him, huh?
What
if
if
he was.
what if Diddy? First of all, I got two things. What if all these years Diddy, because Diddy been in music for 30 years. Let's think
Yeah,
like the
he had,
30
yeah,
plus
he been around a long
over
time.
30 years he's been in music. So what if all
Yeah,
this time he's been secretly, and then he did this time in jail because he's still been locked up for almost a year now while he's
yeah.
waiting to go on trial. So that's still time that Puff Daddy has done in the tombs in the federal lockup of Brooklyn, and why Mr. Shiny suit himself so he could people change. What if yo come home mad brolic? Like y'all not thinking about what y'all not
I
remember
mean,
remember
Look,
Fifth Daddy,
I
remember
don't know
50
because
Cent?
they was saying at one point he wasn't eating.
That was when he first got everybody go through that. When you first get locked up, you gonna go through that first week or two of
Right.
shock. Like you this Puff Daddy, you going from eating filet mignon, you'll probably had mermaid steaks and all kind of
but
crazy
look,
shit.
that's another thing is this like you notice the visual, now that Puff Daddy is the age that he is, which he is older than all three of us. You see
Hmm.
how Nana Hill got the stylist and all of that stuff, his hair gray everywhere, so he was
Right.
dying
He
and
was,
shit and everything
Yeah,
else
oh
because
Diddy
he
looking
don't
God, he
have
was
crazy.
old.
access to all of that stuff. You
Yo,
know
he
what I'm
was.
saying? So
And those
Mhm.
yeah,
characters, them people who draw that picture, yo, they be having Diddy looking crazy
Yo,
like
yeah,
that.
right. I seen it. I
I
seen it
was looking
too.
at that
Like when
character
they do it,
like, oh, that's an 80-year
you
old
talk
man.
about the people
Who
that sketch. Talk about the people that sketch everything in the courtroom,
Yeah.
like the person that's typing every time you say something. They over there typing the words a minute,
yeah.
like they
But
ain't gonna
yet,
miss nothing.
Cassie still look young and pregnant while he look like his
Cassidy is
80-year-old
Cassidy is
old.
8.5 months pregnant. What
Yo,
about
you know
what
what's
about
crazy?
yeah?
Put the one thing that I gotta say about all of this is that like just imagine how Cassie husband feeling, boy, like buddy, like how, like yo, when you find
First of all,
That
that's
was
almost like
Cassie,
look,
that was my
wait a
thought.
minute,
Hey,
we going back to Mortal Kombat. That's the time I'm pretty sure he wish he was raiding where he could teleport out of his body like and just like get ghosts. I'm pretty sure he wish he could teleport.
just beat the
yo,
snot out this motherfucker.
yo, Cassie,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you
would
something.
you feel me, yo?
Cassie husband is feeling very lucky. First of all, they got $20 million, right?
And
They
guess
got
what?
$20 million. Number one, number two, he married to her, so he can do all that freaky. She still like the freak. Oh, she texted Diddy, I like the freak. Oh,
Buddy,
she was
man.
even afterwards. But listen, this is the one thing that hopefully she may hopefully because the defense is supposed to show the prosecution some of their evidence, at least give them some time. But Diddy got 8 lawyers. He got some of the eight, and they was able to flim flam and bring some evidence at the last minute type stuff. The thing that came out is that Cassie and Diddy hooked up one time after she was with her husband. After they weren't married at the time, but like when she was
Oh
dating
wow.
him, or like when that was, you know what I mean? And he FaceTimed her. That came out in trial. Like he FaceTimed her.
Uh.
That came out. So I wonder if that was a bombshell like that, or she already briefed him like, look, hey, or the prosecution was aware of
Yeah,
the
that's a good
evidence and
question.
hey, this may come out because that could be damaging to a marriage. Like, oh my God. I remember that FaceTime. Like, I remember I
Yeah, but
FaceTimed
I
you. You
feel
was
like he's so dedicated to her. He's not gonna leave
or you could let that slide. Like, but we were still early on in our relationship. I
her.
can't blame
Hmm.
you. You still could have been
Right.
underneath for the
That's true.
Stockholm syndrome or just a fiending for the narcotic because they was getting a lot of drugs and stuff like that. Yo, Diddy is a freaky man. Yo, Diddy is a
Wait a
freaky
minute.
man. Yo.
Look. Now, this is the funniest shit ever. Now, out of respect, you know what I mean, with the bread and all that other stuff, man. Uh, that man got some mental trauma, buddy. Cause like that somebody, yo. Just imagine if it's escorts being flown in and out and all this crazy stuff. You got
Yo,
swords in your
listen.
mouth. You let look, yo, listen. If you let somebody pee in your mouth, what in the
And
world?
they
Why?
doing
Wait a
it
minute.
all the
Why
time.
in the world would I want to put my lips on yours ever again?
Yeah, you never know who
Can't.
getting peed on, yo. You out here
Well,
smoking
guess
behind
what?
bitches.
Everybody want
Niggas
golden
smoking.
showers now. Like, wait a minute. I thought the water that come out is the only color that's supposed to be hitting you. Not something. Come on, buddy. For real. Seriously. And the crazy part is where I'm standing at. Yo, my face is the shadow, but that's the craziest part, buddy. I had to
Yo,
turn in a
listen.
new side about to say
Yo,
that.
I
That's crazy.
appreciate
Like,
y'all,
there's
yo.
nowhere in the world.
I
There's
appreciate
nowhere in
y'all.
the
And
world.
that's what it's like. It was noob. Sabot. Yeah.
I told you. I said that.
Yeah, you did. That was I was trying to make sure that was the right one.
Yeah, because look, he was on there but you know what, yo? This the crazy part. That's Sub-Zero brother, buddy.
Mm.
Yeah, beat the game and play story mode. That's that man, brother.
Yeah, I used
You'll
to
have
Sub
to give
Zero
it.
was one of my Sub Zero was one of my favorite characters. I'm glad you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
Sub Zero
Because
was
he
yo,
one.
they made
cool.
it slick. They
Sub
made
Zero was
him
one of my
slick when
favorites.
they started letting that fool throw the ice
Raiden
on
was
the ground. When
Mm-hmm.
they let that fool throw the ice on the ground to get you
Yeah,
closer to
yeah.
him, yo, they just made
Did
him
you
real sick
see?
because you could do all this stuff. You can regularly throw the ice. You could throw it up in the air, down
Right.
on the ground, do all kinds of crazy ass shit.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
good with the ice,
Mhm.
yeah. I
Did you
just
see what?
wasn't
Yeah.
I
Did you
just
see?
wasn't a fan of that big one that kept throwing that little kid, that little midget around.
Yeah, on the back. On the
Yeah,
back.
he got on my
Yeah, yeah.
nerves.
Yeah, on the back. Yeah, because that can be a handful when it's on. I mean, to me, when I do stuff like that, I try to go through all the levels where it gets to the most competitive part. Because I
Mhm.
mean, once you go through the computer simulation, it's easier for you to pick apart a person that's regularly playing because they're not going to make the movements that the computer will make. They
Right,
ain't gonna be able to execute all of the moves unless they got a high level of practice.
right. That's some crazy shit. What was you going to
But like I said, you know what I mean. With all of that being said, yo, how you gonna come back home, yo? You ain't never want to kiss your wifey again? Like, come on, buddy. Like, yo, if people look, you got escorts being flown out. She getting hit with the tree trunk, the kitchen sink, and all this other stuff, and then you gotta go back home, or you gotta be there and like you just whistle like, everything okay? Oh no, nah.
So one of them.
The
Listen.
toilet
So
is in the bathroom,
get the
one of
money?
not in
the
your mouth.
one of the alleged male escorts. One of the alleged male escorts that they was with actually shot up. I think one of Trump properties a couple years ago. He came. He confessed to the feds about all this, and they nobody believed him. You can Google that shit. Like one of the
Oh yeah,
male escorts.
the main one that they
Yeah.
was the main escort. Mm-hmm.
The fuck. There's some fat ass white man like yo. All the male prostitutes like.
And you keep calling your friend back and forth. Yeah,
Yeah.
My
yeah.
goodness.
I
Listen,
seen that
yo,
too.
listen. I
Oh, my
appreciate y'all. Yo, it's late, yo. I appreciate y'all tapping in, yo.
Yeah, we
That
all got
was a
signed
show.
off, man. Like
Yo,
I
one,
said,
yo.
I just wanted to participate in shit, man, because I seen y'all.
Appreciate that, yo, for episode
Thank you
one,
so
man. That was
much.
legendary, man.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, man,
legendary,
no
yo. That was the,
doubt, yo.
you know what I mean? That changed the trajectory of the universe, you know what I mean? The butterfly effect because we got the beginning, we got the middle, and we got the next generation now, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
congratulations
that's what's
now
up.
on your upcoming podcast as well
Sure
as
enough.
your boutique,
Thank
Lady Nasir Boutique.com. This
thank you.
might be about you podcast.com,
Thank
things
you.
of that nature. You know what I mean? So yo, peace and blessings to everybody. We definitely got to do something this summer. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been talking about doing like maybe a softball game, you know what I'm saying? Like do a
Yeah. Or
you know what I mean? Or a team like a field day, like we had
field day.
dodgeball,
Yeah.
all that type
Field
stuff, you know,
day type thing.
cookout, grill,
Yeah, shit.
you know what I mean?
My birthday about to come up. I'm getting old, boy.
Yeah, your birthday is coming. Maybe we should link up, yo, for your birthday, yo, and do something, yo. You know what I
That's
mean?
probably if I'm not at work and shit.
Yeah, we'll put it
'Cause
together, yo. We'll put it together off air, you
yeah,
feel me, and see what day works for
we'll
everybody.
probably figure something out like
Like
after
we
that
link at
day
Hunt
pass.
Valley or something, because that's like halfway for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
So
that's what
we can link up.
CSW be trying to get me to do. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah. You know,
Get up in that
Siesta, he up
area
here in
with so
PA with
forth.
me. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's
I
my
know.
other cousin, yo.
I
Like,
talked to him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I talked to him.
But it's not far though. We only one county over. Yo. You got Baltimore County,
I
Maryland. You
know.
got York, PA.
But look, you
Now
ain't
I come up
believe that
here.
time.
Now I come up here
Hold
though
on,
a
but
lot. You feel me? Y'all can
you didn't believe
carpool. You
that
feel me?
time when I was gonna come with you at the first rep fam office I ever been to, but I made it all the way up there with you.
Yeah, yeah. You did. You definitely came to the office in Shrewsbury. I still got
Yeah,
those recordings too, yo. They actually
yeah. But look, see, this the
when
one
it's
thing I can say, and I'm live on air, and I don't even care. Like the next time if that ever happened, buddy, just don't try to throw me in a trick bag. you know. And you know,
Well,
like before it's studio time and all the other stuff, I was telling you I wasn't trying to get saucy. You still made it happen anyway. So the
no, but
next time, that's the only thing that I
He
would
don't
change about
listen.
anything.
He don't listen.
well, that was,
Yeah,
the thing
trust me.
is,
But see, this time it's more discipline.
yeah,
So
well, the thing is,
I'll wait till after I jump, you know, in there with the earphones and everything else, and I get a little bit saucy with you afterwards. But
that's good because
prior
I'm
to
about to
that,
drop a
I'm not
project
gonna
too.
do that.
I'm about to drop a project too, yo. So that's good. I'm about to drop I got some songs I'm sitting on, doing some new
All
stuff
right, well,
because I
I'm
get
gonna
a
sign
royalty
off
check,
and shit,
yo.
man.
Yo, you can
Yeah, I'm
stream
gonna sign
Greg
off.
Bugsy music, yo. Anywhere you can
Yeah,
stream Greg Bugsy.
we'll get with each other.
Me and this
Nah,
man got
hopefully I'll
songs
bump into
together.
you out
Just
here
Google
sometime.
Greg Bugsy, Mysterious Terry. We got videos on YouTube. Just Google that Greg Bugsy, Mysterious Terry. Google 99 Sid El Marie. Check her out with her old head. You feel me? We out of here in this joint, like my Philly people say,
Sounds
yo.
terrible.
And we out of here right on 2.5 hours, yo. A good rap fam content, yo. I
Peace.
love y'all. Gone.
Like y'all,
All right.
1,000.